Hey, fam, you know what? It's like every time you wake up every day now, Gavin Newsom sitting up in the office, lock it down. I get the feeling he's going to say it at any minute, and yet camp is still, nobody said anything about shutting down camp yet on July 28th. That ain't that far away. Keeping them crossed. Do not get this virus. My God, it's still out of control. Hey, you know what, though? A lot of people are going to say, you know what, we're just going to have to modify our lifestyle, but we got to work around and with this ridiculous virus until they get something to get rid of it. God. Anyway, July 28th is like, it still may be the case. Oh. They even talk about keeping a scattered amount of fans in the stands. I don't know how they're going to do this, but it's not going to be actually, let's see what the NBA and MLB do first. Anyway, the fun stuff. 49ers training camp is about to open in a couple of weeks, and tonight we can start talking about the predicted outcomes right now. And this season is going to be one of the most difficult camps to impress in of all time. Fam, with just about everything being abbreviated due to that pandemic, it's going to be dog eat dog out there. Man, you 2 or 3 weeks to impress, especially if you're a rook. All them UDFAs and some of them got talent, you can tell too. But it's going to be that way about every position, starting with the return specialist. I thought we'd pick on them first. That's a job that it could be a determining factor on whether a player even makes the roster or not, especially with this, because most of those guys are wide receivers, if not all of them. You got DJ Reed, that of course is not, but he's not in the mix anyway because of his torn pec. The rest of those guys are all wide receivers. That's a bad room to be in right now. And, that's going to be tough to make. Man. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. So as I say, training camp is set for July 28th. And if you're not ready to, if anybody coming into camp right now is not ready to attend, you got to be doing them legendary workouts like Quan and, Fred Quan, man, them dudes getting up and see, how much was on that sheet? 1, 2, 3. They was getting up about 350. And I'm talking, we're wearing no belt, because now you're considered a wussy if you got wearing a belt doing squats, heavy, deep squats. Ain't wrapping no knees. And I'm talking about ain't no half-stepping, man. Them dudes are dropping all the way down to the floor, coming back up. I was like, oh, get it, Quan. Let's go, Fred. So, if you ain't at least that ready, ain't no point in coming up to this camp because everybody's getting ready. They didn't need no coaching staff to show them what they needed to do. Because the 49ers have so much talent that even the return jobs are going to be blood and guts war out there. Regarding special teams outside of positions that are locked up, kicker, Robbie's got that. Mitch Wisnowski, the punter, long separate Kyle. As long as Kyle's not doing it anymore, enhancing drugs. The 49ers haven't delegated a bona fide return specialist heading into the season just yet, though. You know how we whined and cried about Richie James all the time? Richie James is let me tell you, I'll tell you about it. Who's going to return punts and kicks for the Niners in 2020? The competition does potentially involve Brandon Ayuk, which is first season, Travis Benjamin. Benjamin's a dark horse favorite by a lot of people. He's got a lot of support. He's in his 9th season. Chris Finke, first season. Richie James Jr., 3rd year. Dante P., one of the best in the NC. No. Not one of the best in his NC2A history. He is the best in NC2A history. Kyle, why don't you let him? Okay. Anyway, and DJ Reed, as I mentioned, 3rd season. Trent Taylor, 4th season. And according to Football Outsiders, the Niners can be lightly applauded for the 12th ranked special teams unit last season. Lightly applauded. See, we don't get satisfied below the top 10. Top 5 is where we want to hang out. When people start saying anything regarding this team is below top 10, it's not a happy day. So, Richie J. Jr. served as 49ers' primary punt returner, averaging 8 yards per punt return attempt, tied for the 9th best mark in the league. However, the 49ers were ranked 27th in kick returns. They ain't but 32 teams. My God. Averaging 20.5 yards per return in 2019. But Richie, he wasn't bad. He just fair catched a little too much for me. I don't know if that was his choice or anyway. That won't do. We can do better than that. Brandon Ayuk, the second of the 49ers' first two-round picks in the draft, handled kick returns duties at AZ State last season and averaged 27.1 yards per attempt on 29 returns. I can't wait to see what we got here. Brandon Ayuk, we'll see. All his intangibles say green light pointing straight up. This boy's going to be a badass. B averaged 11.7 yards per attempt. He ranked first among Pac-12 returners in both kickoff and punt return averages in 2019. But it is possible 49ers choose to reserve Ayuk for offensive duties especially. And because Debo potentially out for 12 and 16 weeks with a broken foot, Debo says he'll be back for opening day. We'll see, but Ayuk could be it's going to take him a minute to get up to speed, so don't keep your expectations and your optimism at a level where you can manage it. Don't get yourself where you make yourself crazy, because Ayuk's going to take a little time to adjust to the NFL, especially not getting any proper preseason work in. That's good news for players like Travis Benjamin, though, because on a call with the media earlier this offseason, Benjamin revealed his eagerness to fight for a spot in a young and very crowded Niners receiver room. And according to his willingness to compete, Benjamin noted he's prepared to step up on special teams and make the best out of his role. And Benjamin has proven himself as a returner, recording 4 punt returns, returned for touchdowns, and averaging 10.9 yards. That's better than anybody we currently have, Richie James or Trent Taylor. So he has the capability, as I said, yards per punt return over his 8 years of NFL career. How about the intriguing Chris Finke? I like this kid. I see something in him. I got a feeling he's going to be, if he's not going to be our good luck, he's going to be somebody. He looks awfully good out there. He's undrafted out of Notre Dame. Finke returned 73 punts over his 4 active seasons with the Fighting Irish for 602 yards and an average of 8.2 yards per return. So he's right up there with the rest of our guys. Think he could see his share of opportunities increase during camp, though, with a number of injuries among Niners returners. Ayuk's probably not going to be a guy they're going to want to put out there a lot. Trent Taylor, I don't see. Gotta be careful with Trent Taylor. He's kind of fragile. Richie James has got that hand thing going on. So, Richie James on 33 punts for 264 yards and 20 kickoffs for 428 yards last season as a Niners primary return specialist. While still in the mix for returning duties, James suffered a wrist injury this offseason that is likely to keep him sidelined through training camp and potentially into the regular season. The Niners will have better assessments on his return once the team assembles for camp later on this month. Richie could escape the cut, too. If he was involved in the cut, like a lot of us had him involved in the cut or on that bubble, but this could be, if Richie can get on the IR before the 49ers make a cut, and 49ers would love to do that. They don't want to cut him. But it's just a matter of who's best. And Richie may not be able to beat out the guys in that wide receiver. That's a tough wide receiver room. So he could be there in case anybody gets hurt. Richie comes off the IR, and he could come back in and help us. Dante Pettis. You're not echoing in your head, but prior to his arrival to the Niners empire in 2018, Pettis, as I mentioned earlier, set the NC2A record with most punts returned for a touchdown with 9. Breaking Niners receivers coach Wes Welker's collegiate record of 8. 4 of Pettis' 9 touchdowns came in 2017, where he averaged 20.4 yards per return. Fam, Mrs. Pettis' baby boy should be looking to re-solidify his spot as receiver and punt returner in camp this month and put an exclamation point on that receiver effort, Dante. Come on, Dante. You know what? You can do things other dudes on the team can't even do. That stuff you do losing defenders, man, that stuff ain't, you can't teach that. It's your butt in gear, let's go. DJ Reed saw his role on special teams diminish in 2019 after returning 11 kickoffs for 332 yards and an average of 32 yards per return the season prior. Reed would be in the mix for returning duties, but after suffering that torn pec, During a workout a few weeks ago, he's likely going to be out for an extended period of time. He is not involved in the competition as of this date. Trent Taylor. Prior to a foot injury that forced him to miss the entire 2019 season, Taylor returned 29 punts for 359 yards between 2017 and 18 for an average of 9 yards per return. He was our top return man, actually. After that year, TT has been cleared to return to the field and appears to be on pace to make an impact this season as a receiver and a returner. If you think Kyle's going to cut him, you may as well get that out your mind. That dude has made the team. Kyle likes him. He's magnetic when it comes to Jimmy G finding him. So you might as well count him. Because Debo, Trent Taylor, a lot of people already cut Trent Taylor. I got news for him. Trent Taylor ain't going to get cut. Yeah. But you know what? I can't wait till this gets underway, boy. Who's your return man, fam? You got some choices, man. You got to pick out 2 or 3. You got to have 3. Let's make it 3. 2 is probably all the 49ers are going to be considering for that. Everybody else has got to make the team as a wide receiver, and then if you want to be on special teams, then you can get that job. But as far as making the team as a returner like Richie James did last year, who would that be? I would suggest Travis Benjamin, due to his experience, is definitely in the mix. Richie James, I don't know if his wrist is going to allow him to come out and compete, but of course he would be in the mix. Boy, Dante can win this job, fam, if he only would. One of these days, we're going to, because have you ever coached Little League or Pop Warner? I've had kids in both leagues, and they were like, they didn't want to play, but they had skill. Their dad had him out there because he wanted to make his kid into a champion, but the kid's mind is on computer games and everything else. That's the way kids are now between 12 and 15 years old, right? So I'm laughing because I'm thinking, you talk to a father, you say, you know what? Your kid's got talent. And thing is, I'm not sure if he wants to be out there. Did he tell you he wanted to play baseball or football? Either way, you know. Nah, he just sits around all day. I got to pull him away from that computer. I'm like, he's asking me for new software all the time. I'm not even giving it to him anymore. I told him he'd come out here to make some team. I can get, that's the problem. Okay, we'll see what he can do. Because that's the way it is with some guys, you know. And Dante might be one of those kids that would have been back in the day, you know, if you were coaching anything like that. Here he comes. He's got all this talent, but his mind's not in it. He's just gifted, but he doesn't care, you know. Dante, anyway, let me just get started. I like him. That's why I talk about him so much. Mariah Lee, hey, what's up, Mariah? I'm doing all right, fam. And Ray Jr. said, and what up, Ronbo? Back with other bangers. Let's go Niners, Ray Jr. I haven't seen you. That's right, we haven't seen you in a while, Ray Jr. I've seen you in chat, though, a few times. Kevin Stewart says, hey, my birthday's today. Kevin, you're July, dude, too. All right. Callie Young. Oh, yo, once again, it's out, Ronbo. What's up? Hey, Callie, it's up, fam. It's on. Matt S. Hey, shout out from Bend, Oregon, and go Niners all day. And Corey McGlinny, aloha from Carson, California. And I say put Dante in punt returns and Richie on offense. Ooh, right? And Taylor is already a shoo-in. Thank you again for everything. Oos! Thanks, Corey. Cynthia says on Trent Taylor, wins hands down. Yeah. And Joshua, what's up? What's up, Josh? Let's go back to Kev's birthday. To my fellow cancer-born child, happy night. Happy Niners birthday, Kevin. Happy Niners birthday, Kevin. Happy. Gotta take that thing in for a lube job soon, too, man. Get it tightened up. Happy Niners birthday, Kev! Niner partner. And not to mention July, baby. Oh, man. Hey, let's go in here and get James. Right on, put my ears on here. Hey, yo, James, come on here, man.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
James, man, I'm getting all excited, man. It looks like they really are going to open up camp here sometime soon. All these organizations and
Mhm.
professional franchises talk about, man, we can't give up no $2 billion, $3, $4 billion a year. These boys go get their butt out there and they go play. Damn it. But James,
Yeah.
looking at my return, man, I know you got some feelings about certain people. I love to hear about it. Who you got for your return dudes this year?
Well, I guess first and foremost, Ronbo, thank you once again for all that you do with the
Uh,
platform you and your staff provide.
Thanks,
And
James.
I guess, I guess I don't know if they cut Dante Pettis because he was a third round draft pick, I think. And with
Second.
that being said, second round draft pick.
Yeah.
Okay, they could actually, I guess, they could actually demote him to punt returner and don't let him get any active plays in the game and keep him as punt returner until possibly Richie James gets back because I think Richie James, I think Kyle is going to always go with familiarity, and people that know his
Yeah.
system already. So, with that being said, I mean, it's possible, that I mean Trent Taylor. I don't think he would actually want to see Trent Taylor returning punts. Maybe I'm not sure because of the problem with the foot already, and
Boy, if
I
it's up
don't
to
think he
me,
would want Debo. Yeah,
I
I don't think
agree.
he would want Debo. Yeah, to do the same thing either. These guys are going to be important pieces in your West Coast slot game, and as well as your offense totally. So that's who I believe in. Maybe they find a way. It's kind of funny because a lot of people that you know you wouldn't get a chance to look at because of the late uh, finally coming into training camp here sometime in July, hopefully, and being able to start the camaraderie and get together with all the other players. But a lot of guys that may wind up going out the door, I mean, it's going to be something else to see what kind of approach other teams have with, possibility of playing virtually a game where you might not have fans or you might only have 5,000 fans or maybe 8,000 fans in the whole stadium.
Yeah,
So
especially
that,
home
that
games
that's gonna,
in California. That's.
yeah, of course,
I mean,
of course, of course.
Newsom's closed everything except everybody's house.
That's it. That's exactly what he did, Rombo. That's
God.
exactly what he did, man. So yeah, man. And so it's something else. And yeah, that's who I believe. I was listening to you from last night and Friday night, and I'm listening to a lot of the callers. With the situation with Raheem. You know, and to me, it's there's no one player bigger than the team. And at the end of the day, with that being said, I mean they they have a objective to keep all their business in house.
Mm.
And I think he extremely crossed the line with going out there to the media and putting it out there like that about what's going on with them and his contract, and then throwing Tevin Coleman under the bus as well. So I look at it where Kyle is in a position where either you say, well, I'll find a way to make amends, or you'll find a way to continue to set the precedent that no one player is going to be bigger than the team. And if you allow that drama with that contract situation to
Mm.
continue, it's only going to make you look bad as a leader, as a head coach. So
Mm.
move on from him because why? It's so many young running backs that are UDFAs that we have right now. And, Bobby Turner is forever, that's his craft.
I know.
Finding sixth and seventh rounders that,
And not just
were
making a
potentially
running back,
not
but good
hmm
running backs. I
good running
mean,
backs,
really
good
good.
running backs.
Ah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So that's just what it is. And, I listen to the side about, how good, we think we could be with somebody like Jamal Adams. But last time I checked, the players that were on the starters, that were the starters on the defense, we were, 6 minutes away from winning the Super Bowl.
I think it
And
was less than that,
so,
James. That's what.
I think it was, yeah, I think it was less than that. I think it was less than that because it was the two bad drives with Persons where Chris Jones just got on top of him and got leverage on him. Jimmy couldn't throw the ball around him or over him. So, that was just it. But I mean, we don't have that money right now, and we gotta continue to. Right now, we gotta actually, truth be told, I think it would even benefit us to start looking at, not saying players we know that's gonna be a part of the 49ers going forward, but starting to figure out ways to acquire draft picks, like they stocking offensive linemen. We still got School, and we know Brunskill's going to start. School is right there in the swing rotation. They could actually trade Sean Coleman and get a few draft picks. You know what I'm saying? So those are things they can, have acquired for the upcoming future.
Start budgeting? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Continue to build.
Oh, man.
You got it. That's the only way you can stay relevant. You got to continue to build because you're going to look. I mean, probably in 2013 after that Super Bowl, after free agency started, I don't even think I slept like 3 days, man. I just couldn't figure it out. I looked at our roster and I was like, where'd they go? What the heck I don't even want to talk about Trent Baalke, man. Nah,
I can't believe you don't want to talk about
I won't do
James.
that.
We're out of time, James. Good
Hey,
stuff.
Man, my dinner was settling so nice, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Ronbo, for all that you do, man. Niner Inspire, Niner for life. And, we're going to make the best of it. We're going to get through it.
Hell yeah.
It's going to take time. By the grace of God, just be safe and social distance and do what you got to do. Let's just do this as a world of people, not just individually, So
absolutely.
Be blessed. Have a great evening. Thank you, Ronbo.
You too, James. Good to hear from you, too. We hadn't heard from you in a few days. Great to hear from you. All right, James.
Yeah, I've been listening, though. I've been on. I had to leave early, too, this whole weekend. So that was it. Yeah, man.
All right. See you later on this week, then. All right. Night, James.
All right. Be blessed. Thank you.
Bye. I just can't believe he brought my name up. I did the best I could, and I still can't get any appreciation. One day I may come back and reorganize, and I could be the GM of the future. Hey, Alex.
What's up, Ronbo?
Alex, man, I'm loving it that we're looking at things now as if we were really getting ready to start the season because we're late. So it's exciting to even talk about every position group is going to be a battle out there, though. This team is so overstocked now that there's no scrubs on this team anymore. There's guys that are not playing up to their ability, Dante Pettis, but everybody else is just really tough. That even the kick return is going to be a battle. Ain't nobody won that game. Richie James could be it, but maybe not. What are you thinking on this?
Hey, man, I think we got a really fun group of receivers to watch, man. It's going to be a battle, like you said. And, we can sit here and, we probably got 80% of the room figured out, but that 20% is huge. We need Kyle loves rotations, man, and he loves his packages. So I think we might see a higher number of receivers. I think I told you that a couple weeks ago on the depth chart, but it's going to be for good reason. He's got Kyle and has so much versatility at his disposal, and it's only going to lead to some really heavy competition in the receiver room. But
and there's going to be guys that are going to be kept. So a couple of them are going to be kept just for their ability to return. They didn't necessarily make the roster as far as going to be in rotation during the games, but they'll have special teams talent so you can save the guys that are going to be running the offense, right? You got to have safety bodies, and that's what they made Richie James last year. Because every time Richie got in the game, it's like for a couple of minutes. All right, Richie, that's enough. That's enough. I felt sorry for him sometimes. God.
All right, man. I'm just looking at the depth chart, Ronbo.
It's
And,
tough.
we got our lot. We got Debo, Kendrick, Brandon. Jalen's obviously a lock because we ain't even tapped into him yet. Trent Taylor, I think what with Trent Taylor, man, you also got to remember who his position coach is. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Wes
His,
Welker.
yeah.
And
His
when you see
clone.
Trent Taylor on the field, you see a prototype of Wes Welker. So I think he's gonna. I love Trent Taylor, man. I think he's gonna be around for a while. I'd say this is like last chance university Dante Pettis. You know what I mean? This camp and I don't think it would get to the season where we make a move unless it's like some sort of trade.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna really like seeing, I think, Juwan Jennings and Jalen Hurd out there, man. And Richie James, Dante Pettis might have to make it as a return guy.
Yeah.
Like previous caller. So that just might be his new role where maybe it's less pressure on him and maybe it can build his confidence to where he can do the Richie James role, 5, 6, 7 snaps and he comes in and makes a play or two. Maybe that's what he needs is a smaller, a smaller plate. Maybe the expectations were too high. Maybe what it is we can get something out of him. And if somebody sees, a few good games out of him, maybe that, not when I say good games, not huge games, but see some games where somebody might offer that second or third round pick where we can say, hey, we got some guys on our practice squad, like you were saying, you really like Finke. You know what I mean? There might be somebody that shows up in camp that we kind of stash on our practice squad that might eventually play a bigger role because, Kyle Shanahan does this at a lot of positions. He has these guys that he really, really likes that some people might overlook, and he gets the most out of them. So,
Kendrick Bourne,
we look at this
classic example of that.
Yeah, exactly. We look at this receiver depth chart, and there's only a few guys that are locks, 4 or 5 guys that are locks, but, after that, there's some heavy competition. And, we know how Kyle Shanahan sees the offense through the receiver's eyes and stuff like that. He might have the works here coming up this summer where a guy like Finke, like you said, might be, the dark horse coming in.
Because he fits Kyle's scheme so much. He likes the Taylors, the Ayuks, the guys that are quick and can get open across the middle of the field and get things done after they get the ball. That's Kyle Shanahan. West Coast, baby. West Coast.
And, you get that ball in your hands, he wants to see you fight for that next 20 yards, man, and make a big play. And he's going to do his, Cal's always going to try to draw you up a play where you have the opportunity to make that play, I'm just excited to see what's in store, man, because I can't wait till these brick by bricks come out where we can see the battles and stuff like that, man. I love that stuff. And, I think, I know we're talking about offense tonight, man, but another thing I'm excited about, Bo, I just want to see how much of a step Nick Bosa, with one season under his belt, how huge of a step he's about to come in. And,
Alex, did you see that report on him? You see that report on him? He's already being said we had no answer for Nick Bosa. He's top 3 edge rusher in the league. People, when coaches throw their hands up, we have no answer for Nick. We double teamed him. We triple teamed him. He's still making plays or impacting plays. The guy's a maniac. I love it.
We got ourselves a cornerstone, man, to watch for a long time. And it's going to be fun to watch this dude grow.
Man, wow. And people looking for him to improve this year. I can't imagine that. If he stays the same as he was last year for the rest of his career, I won't be mad. If he gets better, there may be times I just stop and start staring like, good Lord, is he?
Hey, Ronbo, the thing is, man, is a dude like Bosa with his work ethic, man, what we're going to see throughout the course of time is just how much more efficient and easier it gets for him because he learns the tendencies. He's a lot of these, or all these dudes he came in and faced last year on the offensive line, it was his first time playing them. So now he's got tape to play him. Now he knows tendencies, and now he can add that with his. He's going to be stronger. He's going to be quicker, and he's just going to be better.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't even got that grown man strength yet. He's got that Bosa family strength, but he hasn't got that mature power. Wow.
Hey,
what does
that might be a couple years, bro. That might be a couple years, and that's just crazy. That is crazy, man. Basketball could just be, he could be at the bottom of the mountain right now, and he's got so much further he can go. And, that's going to be a beautiful thing to watch for hopefully the next 10, 12 years, man.
Looking forward to that. We just got to keep him healthy because the way he plays, oh my God. Yeah. Right. Hey, Alex, good stuff. Good stuff, fam. We'll see you later on in the week. All right.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you, man.
All right, fam. Yeah. Hey, Jamie.
Yeah, Ronbo.
Jamie, man, we're already looking at we're gonna drop down in every position in the days ahead. But may as well start with special teams. And the wide receivers is the most fun room to look at as far as who's going to punt return, right? Because the guys are going to be pointing around the room at each other like, man, we got a lot of guys in this room. Some of us ain't going to make it. It ain't going to be me. So you say, all right, hey, but maybe he could stay around due to the fact that he could be a return dude. Because, you need a return dude that's not so much necessarily a part of your normal offensive snaps every game, but you need a return man to go out there and take them big hits of guys coming down the field at 100 miles an hour and keep your guys like Ayuk and Debo and those guys out of the mix. But who do you got picked out to be your return guy?
I'm with you. I'm kind of like, if Richie James is going to be on the IR to start the season, then it's probably going to be Finke taking that role. And then he's probably going to back up Pettis to begin with, and then Pettis is going to fail. And then Finke will probably take over.
We can make that assumption right now.
Yeah.
Dante, come on, man.
Hey, I got to say, yeah, come on, dude. I got to say something about Bosa. Bosa was the only rookie to come in that would be setting people up the entire game just for one play to smoke them.
God. I mean,
the dude is crazy good.
On the ground, and with 2 and 3 guys working him, Bosa, they finally got him down, right? Because just by numbers, but they forced him to the dirt.
Yeah,
Bosa's still making plays from his stomach. He's reaching up and grabbing quarterbacks on his knees. That's hey, whatever y'all paying him, give him extra tonight. That is unbelievable what he just did.
Tackle him as they're running by from his knees.
Yeah.
God,
he is fun to watch.
I think he is one of the most fun linemen to watch in the game right now. That's why I think the referees are going to start going a little better on us, because he's going to become a star real quick.
Hey, that's a good point, Jay. Maybe they give him star treatment at some point, because the refs, man, they allowed Nick to be held, choked, and it wasn't helping all the time. But the Kansas City Chiefs did finally manage to smoke him out a few times. Arik Armstead, same thing.
Yeah.
When you're watching them and you see they've already gotten by the defender, and you see him like doing this number. Oh, ref! What do you need to see to throw the flag, man? This year, I think Kyle should jump up and down on the sidelines and do weird things when they keep letting that go. If you call officials out sometimes, it embarrasses them to the point where they'll start calling that play. How do you miss that all game long?
Yeah.
God, that was
If he improves from last season, they're going to have no way to keep him from being a star. Like, he's going to shine above all the other people. There's no way. I mean, even though he doesn't talk very much, he's still going to be a star. They're going to want to talk to him all the time.
That's what's fun about him.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. He's going to.
They're looking to sell jerseys.
Yeah, he's going to break the bank though in 3 years. Man, he's going to be expensive. But anyway,
I know that's what I'm worried about.
But Jamie,
you think Benjamin's going to make the regular roster for wide receivers?
No, and I say that not because, and a lot of Benjamin fans are defending him because of this is what's going against him, that he's a 9th-year veteran, and we got some kids that I want. What kid am I going to cut? You know what I mean? If he comes in and he
Dexter?
really overwhelmingly impresses, okay, we got to keep him. But I'm not. I'm looking at the kids I got in camp, and these are really talented kids. I don't know their potential. I don't want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that point. How many years did Poindexter play on the team yet?
Poindexter, this is his. He was on the practice squad last year. This is going into his second season, right? He got hurt last year.
Yeah, second
in preseason.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Was he a fast guy or?
no, Poindexter's just a big guy. He's not real fast, but he positions well. He seems to be pretty athletic. You know, he's that kind of guy that's going to win at the peak of the leap type of guy, right? So.
Yeah.
The thing is, so he is in trouble because he's got to deal with both Jennings, Jawan, and also, of course, Jalen Hurd. So we got three guys like that.
And Bourne, they're all pretty much around the
Kendrick,
same. They're not the fastest, but they get.
Yeah, Kendrick's like a betweener, you know. He's not real tall and he's not real small, but he's that guy who can escape. He runs routes really well. Kendrick's in a class by himself. Then we got fast guys and elusive guys and shifty guys who runs routes well. Kendrick's a little taste of every one of them, right? It's really funny. He is.
So
Actually.
if you don't think that Benjamin's going to make the regular roster, they're probably going to keep him on for special teams, right?
Well,
And then Pettis will be on the roster. Yeah.
Jamie,
you know what I'm saying?
you've already got
They're
Pettis
gonna
not
keep
making his
Pettis
team,
just
don't you?
for-
You know, I Kyle, you know how he is. I'm feeling Pettis
Yeah,
makes
he's
this
going to give him
roster.
another chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to give him another chance, but it's just where he is by the mid-season. That's what I'm thinking.
You know what, though? It'd be wrong.
Yep.
And it'd be one of those things where somebody needs to argue with Kyle. If he gets rid of a good ball player because he wants to keep Dante to see what if he can finally get him, because Kyle's got an ego. He's not going to want to fail on a player that he thought that he picked out right. This is the thing. That's why CJ is still on the team.
He just doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
Good.
See.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
That's a
with you
tough
on that.
call.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Which one do you get rid of that's going to be good at the position, like the return game? Benjamin and Finke. Like,
Yeah.
They could hold it down while James is getting
Healing
his
up.
wrist well or whatever, his hand.
Yeah. You put him on the IR to start the season, and you got 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Yep.
right. That's the way it's going to. That's the way
that's
it's going
where
to
I'm
work
at.
out. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
So, all right,
Jamie?
I'll get a hold of you later in the week when you have another show.
All right, Jamie. Looking forward to it.
Oh,
Have a good
hey,
night, fam.
I got. All right, man.
Okay. All right. Good night. And Rebel D, Trent Taylor will be healthy this year. Dante may be on his way out, traded for a sardine and a pepperoni pizza if he doesn't show up. I really, Taylor's going to make the team. Like I said, before he left, he was one of Jimmy G's favorite targets. And also, he looked better than everybody else in camp last year. So you can get over him not making the team. I've already gotten over it. There's some other players we might like, but Trent Taylor's on this team, no doubt about it. 49 Lakers says, bang, bang, 49 Lakers gang. Thanks, fam. So counting. There's only about 2-3 spots maximum for wide receivers. Who are they going to be? David!
Ronbo, what are we talking about?
Dave, man, we're talking about 28th of this month. Guys are going to get busy back out in camp. I don't know where they're going to be training at. The NFL's come up with new equipment, so maybe it'll keep the guys COVID safe. They got this mouthpiece now that's keeping any sprays coming from the mouth. You know, and I figure, boy, the way Gavin Newsom said, man, y'all ain't going to be playing no football out there or anywhere else in this state of California. So I don't know if 49 is going to be playing in California or where, but they do want to get started at 28. So we're already looking at what's going to take place, starting with the special teams guys and looking at the wide receiver room. This is going to have a large impact, huge impact on who's going to be the return guys. Richie James made the team last year because of his ability to return the ball. Otherwise, Richie was going to get cut. Who's going to be that guy this year?
For special teams, punt return?
Yeah, wide receiver slash, but your specialty is going to be punt return.
Well, first of all, punt return, kick return. I mean, I like Richie at that position. I mean, I trust him with the ball. I know you guys are talking about Dante Pettis. You know, him in college, he did all those returns, but I don't trust him with the football right now.
Dante? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't. You know, like go catch a football first, and then we'll talk about it.
And David, you know, it's so
I don't
funny.
know.
You
Maybe
say
that's
that,
what
and
I'm
here's a
doing.
guy that during college, he was the best of all time. And then he gets to the NFL, and it's like he gets kind of wussed out a little bit. But you're right. He did have some drops, and that's why Kyle pulled him from punt return in 20. When he came in 2018, yeah, Kyle pulled him. You didn't see him anymore out there, unless he was thinking he didn't want him to get hurt. It's hard to call him in, but he did have some drops.
He did. Who would I bring? Obviously, Brandon Ayuk, the rookie, but I think he's gonna do really better than what we thought Dante Pettis was gonna do. Maybe, possibly. Jalen Hurts coming back, like you said multiple times.
Yeah.
You talked about it a couple times. Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
Debo, of course. That foot's gonna heal up. Kendrick Bourne, you guys talk about Kendrick Bourne as well. I want that guy. Trent Taylor, kind of. I don't like. Size doesn't really matter, but like it's just crazy. Like he's so small, he's so elusive. Like I've seen him like Trent Taylor is like really like he's small, but he knows what he's doing. So
And
he's coming back too.
Kyle likes guys who can lose defenders. Trent Taylor can lose a defender. This is what wins with Kyle. You don't need to be big, but you do need to be able to get it. Kendrick Bourne's one of the best guys on the team to shake a defender. This is what wins with Kyle. He wants you to get open. So when those timing routes, when Jimmy puts that ball over there, that receiver needs to be there. And Trent Taylor does a good job with that. And also before he started having problems, Keys was Taylor's other target. Both those guys are small guys. So,
Yeah, 100%.
Big only wins if you can
I'm
catch
trying
it.
to think. I did do my. I wasn't really like. Hold on. Oh man. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think right now. I mean, I didn't really do my homework. Obviously, I just wanted to just come up on here, see what's up.
Nah, it's no problem with
Just talk
that.
a little bit.
But you were already going down the right path anyway. When you start talking about receivers that are going to make the team, because you mentioned Jalen Hurd, Debo, and Ayuk, of course, have already made the team. Trent Taylor, more than likely, he is definitely going to make the team. Now, the problem is that's already 4 guys, and how many they keep? 6 or 7. There's going to be that auxiliary guy. There may be a 7th guy, only because he's going to be that guy that's going to be on punt and kick return. So you figure there's 2 more spots on a room that also contains Jennings. Travis Benjamin wants to see if he can make this job. Jalen Hurd. You know what? Jalen Hurd
I
made
think
this
he
team.
makes the job. I think Travis Benjamin has a really good shot. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. I definitely put Dante Pettis on there. I know a lot of people talk smack about him. Obviously, like I said,
You
but
earned it, though.
I think he still has potential, and I think so does Kyle Shanahan.
Huge potential.
He sees something. He sees something in him, and that's why So everybody talks now, but
David, the only thing he
he's gonna
lacks
keep him.
is aggression. He needs to get more focus and decide nobody's going to stop you. This is the attitude that he does not seem to have. He needs to get that in him, and he can. Dante Pettis runs route as good as anybody on the team and better than most. But does he want it? That's his problem. I mean, a psychiatrist, he needs therapy like once a week. You gonna play football? Yeah. Well, listen, you know what it takes to play football? Yeah. Why are you asking me these questions? Because we watch you and it doesn't look like you really are into it as much as you could be. Well, I do have some other things. I mean, I like photography, and I'm a guy who likes my kitties, and I'm not a normal everyday guy. My life is beyond just a small, narrow perspective of just playing football. All right, you know what? until your mind does get narrow and more towards football, you're going to have difficulty making it in the NFL. You know, you got to just come straight with Dante and see where he is, you know. Don't cut a guy that should have made the team because of Dante making up his mind whether he wants to play football or not. That's what bothers me about him, you know.
That's
Nobody
just
said
a
he
waste
couldn't
of
play.
talent.
He can play.
You're wasting. Yeah. Yeah, you're just wasting, you're just wasting somebody's, potential and just waiting on him. It's not. Yeah, I know what you mean, Ronbo.
Yeah. So.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating, and
Yeah,
it's going to be talked about until everything gets started.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is.
And what'll really be crazy if he finally gets away from the 49ers, he goes to another club, and then we get to watch, oh, there's the Dante we wanted. Oh, good. Hey, bleep you, Dante. We're going to get all mad and everything. Davey, we're out of time.
Oh, my God.
Let's see you later in the week, okay?
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
Bye-bye now. You too.
Bye. And Dollar Bill Will.
Hey, Ronbo, take another call and come right back to me.
Can do. All right. All right, well. Hey, bang, bang. When you hear that sound, you know it's Mel.
You know it, man. Throw your watches in the garbage. You know what time it is. It's good, Ronbo.
Oh, Mel, I'm getting ready for football, man. I'm checking out. I'm looking at my return, man, and of course they'll be extracted most likely because ain't no running back's going to do it. Sometimes you see a defensive back do it, but normally that position is extracted from the wide receiver room, and then you look at the wide receiver room and you know who's going to be in regular rotation. Ayuk is probably going to be left out of this, even though he's a rookie, and this is usually what they assume. Their duties is usually to do this. But now the Debo's got to wait. You don't want to put Ayuk out in any risky positions just yet. So, it's going to be interesting to see who survives and who gets that role of, well, they're going to keep me on the team because I can return the ball. Well, who are you looking at, man? What do you think?
Oh, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one, Ronbo, because I think Trent Taylor would be the guy if they have confidence that he's not going to get injured doing so. Once they have confidence that he's good, I think he's going to be the punt returner. Similar to Wes Welker. That's what a lot of those guys do. The same things that make them shifty and able to get open at the wide receiver position also help during punt return, being able to get away from guys.
Yeah. The first guy never makes the hit.
Right. Benjamin, he has the experience. This is so tough, bro. I honestly think it's going to be like anything else. At least in the beginning of the season, it's going to be like last year, where it's kind of like a feeling out process, where we're not going to have anybody solidified at that spot till a quarter or halfway through the season. I think it might be a trial and error type of deal, man. I don't know. That's tough as far as punt return, because there are just so many different variables as well. But as far as the starting wide receiver group, yeah, I think it's going to be a week by week basis based upon who we play. I think Kyle's going to put in whoever is the best matchup for the defense that we're playing. Because there are going to be times where we may want to go smaller and quicker. There may be times where we want to go with our big bullies, Jalen Hurd and those guys, man. So
it sounds like basketball.
What I do know,
small ball or what?
Yeah. Right. What I do know is it's going to be tough to make that team as a wide receiver this year.
Whoa.
And there's going to be some crazy levels of talent that have to, leave. And that's the sad part, is that you don't want to say goodbye to almost any of these guys, but you're going to have to at some point.
Because we don't have any sorry receivers, man. Ain't none of them sorry. All of them are good.
Yeah. None. So I agree wholeheartedly with what you said about Dante Pedersen. The worst part about the whole deal is, man, you could be sucking up air that somebody else could be breathing right now, man.
Absolutely.
And you're not completely sure if you're all in.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's nothing in life more sad than wasted potential, and Dante is wasting his potential. I hope he gets it together. I really do, because the dude can be a great, man. He can be a great. I'm not saying an all-time NFL great yet, but he has the potential. You had Jerry Rice calling this guy the next big thing. Like, that's not small, man. Jerry, who knows the game better than Jerry Rice? Who knows the position better than Jerry Rice? And he saw something in this guy that made him say, oh, yeah, he's the one, above everybody. So, yeah, the scary part to me is that things like aggression and hunger, you can't coach or teach that. That has to come from inside. That's internal. So I hope he gets it together. I hope he ain't playing ball for his dad or anybody else. I hope he doesn't feel that way where I'm doing this because I have to.
Tell you, it's like I say, you know, he's that kid that if you're coaching, he brings him out there. He's got all kind of talent. You can see that when he stops clowning around and he keeps it. You know, that kid, you got to look over at the bench every now and then. Hey, it's 32. Keep your head in the game, because he's over there fooling around, doing things weird. You know, Dante was that kid.
He's picking the dandelions and making a wish and all of that garbage on the field.
Got his back turned to the field, telling jokes or whatever. God, man, that's not a ball player.
Yeah.
Dang.
And last year, I'm not so sure that Richie James made the team because of his special teams ability. If you recall, in the beginning of the season, he was involved in the offense. He scored in our first game and everything. He was involved.
Yeah, it's true.
He was involved as a wide receiver, and we didn't have our receiver set until midway through the season last year.
Why did Kyle all of a sudden divert his attention, other than Richie? That I still don't understand.
See, that's the thing with Kyle that I've been noticing. Well, that we've been all noticing, really. He can be fickle at times, and if you rub him the wrong way, he can turn his back on you, man. You can go into Kyle Shanahan's doghouse quickly, and nobody else has to know why or whatever. Look at Matt Breida. We don't know exactly why. Yeah, he fumbled, but most have had a fumbling problem too at one point. It's a lot of things. So I don't know if it's happening in meetings, at practice, maybe something during the game or on the flights. I don't know, but these guys are ending up in Kyle's doghouse, and once you get in there, it's a hard place to get out of, particularly because we're so stacked with talent. And it's one of those deals where I don't have to deal with that. Like if you're dealing with a female and she's phenomenal, she's great, she's awesome, she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. But if you have a whole line of beautiful women that like you, you have no problem walking away from her. You're not taking any of her garbage. It's like, man, get out of here. So this isn't like Kyle's first year, where it's like, man, whatever these guys do, I just got to deal with it, and we got to put the best guys on the field. It's not that type of situation. Like I said earlier, we're going to have to get rid of guys that are good, solid ball players. So you don't have that opportunity to fool around or end up in the doghouse or not take things seriously or whatever you do to get in Kyle's doghouse.
Yep. If you don't check all the boxes, Kyle will. That game was telling when Dante got in for 2 or 3 snaps, and Kyle says, "Oh, I wasn't aware of that." Yes, you were. Kyle, there's nothing that goes on in that offense that you're not fully aware of. That's why I knew. What did Dante do? That's not good.
Yep.
Woo.
Yep.
Mel, we gotta go.
That's what got you. I was just going to say that's what sucks about most of it because we like to handle things in house, and he took it public. What's going on, bro?
Yeah,
that hurt, man.
Oh, God.
So I don't know if Raheem can come back from that. Honestly,
we're gonna find out soon. All right, Mel, I'm gonna see you later on this week. All right.
All right, my bro.
Yeah.
You know it.
All right, fam.
Bang bang.
Jersey Niner. Click him up right here on YouTube. All right, Mel.
No doubt.
Oh man. In fact, you know, there's a little article I noticed where Raheem is not the top ranked. They ranked, actually, TC is ranked 22. Mostert wasn't ranked as far as running backs go for various reasons, because he's not a starter, for one thing. He's third. He was third in the beginning of the season, and as far as insertion in the game goes, right? So it's going to be interesting to see if the 49ers feel like he betrayed them because they gave him every chance to be a star and he became one, and all of a sudden he let a manager, or should I say an agent, come in and loud talk him and put him in a place they don't like to be. It could be interesting to see what happens to Raheem from here. I wish him well, though, because I think he's a hell of a running back. Hey, Wilson. Hey, Wilson. Thanks, fam. He says, send by super cool hat. Thanks, man. He said, Hope Pettis shows up and proves all these naysayers wrong like Jimmy Ward. Ooh. Well, hey, Wilson, you know what? Well, that would be nice. I want to see Dante do well because I know how good he could be if he just would. We're going to find out. All right. And, hey, Dave.
Big dog, what's going on, man?
Dave, man, we're just sitting back here and looking at that wide receiver room, which is like the most bizarre thing on the team. The running back room used to be the thing.
It's crazy.
Because it had so many guys, and how many guys? You got 2 new kids show a lot of promise, and you know how Bobby Turner and Kyle Shanahan are with running backs. They can take any kid if you can run fast and do it like you're told and follow instructions and learn how to read the offensive line movement. You could be a star. And so now I look at the wide receiver room. You could be OBJ. May have a trouble making that wide receiver room. It's rough up in there. They got all kind of guys.
Yeah, because I heard this call. I'm not sure if it was on your podcast a few weeks back. It's like they have like doubles of everything. They have like
remember that?
Okay, the little shifty guys. They got the Trent Taylors and the Finkeys. You got the big tough guys, the Jalen Hurts and Juwan Jennings. Those are the couple. You got Richie James. You got Travis Benjamin. Those super fast guys. And you have, you got your Ayuks and your Debo Samuels. You got the so it's like. You have 2 of almost everything, so it's going to be exceptionally. I mean, the great thing about us as fans is whoever comes out of this, I'm telling you, it's going to be an amazing situation to watch. It's going to be beautiful. But I think one thing I'm concerned about is, like you said, the punt return and the kick return game. That's something I was thinking about is listening to the callers. And it's like, yeah, you guys didn't want to put Ayuk in there, but I think as a rook coming in, given Debo is coming back from his injury, I think you still have to look at someone like Ayuk. At some point, it's a chance for him to get on the field and actually show himself, loosen up, get out there and get some big plays under him.
I agree because there's no he's not getting any preseason work in. Yeah, I agree.
So it'd be a good time for him to get out there and get fired up.
It's going to depend if Debo can make it back like he says he's going to. Debo says he ain't going to miss a day. So he's going to be back for opening day. Yeah. So if that's the case, they only will maybe hold Ayuk back. And this is just maybe. If Debo's not there, you got to be careful with Ayuk. Make sure he stays available because he can be very important. So, yeah. But you're right. If Debo comes back from day one, Ayuk is definitely going to be competing for that punt return and kick return.
Yeah, I saw he averaged like 16 yards for punt return. I think he had 1-4. I think in college. Bad. In college, I think he was in JUCO. I know he was really, really good at punt returns.
He was the best.
His coach in Arizona State, he runs a high 4.3. He's dynamic. So I don't be surprised if you see him, like we were saying in the beginning of the season, until Debo is sustained. But aside from that, Travis Benjamin again, Trent Taylor, some of the names I've been hearing. Those are guys valuable because Richie, you don't know about him. It's ultimately going to come down to who can we trust.
Yeah.
Who can we trust that can actually catch the ball, and ground the ball and try to make a positive play. But I'm telling you, man, it's going to be remarkable. But what I was telling you, it's one person you got to look out for is coming out of here is going to be Jerick McKinnon, man. Watch out for him this year. I'm telling you.
I got all kind of respect for Jerick McKinnon. I think
he put in so much work.
Yeah, plus Jerick McKinnon's got skill. And for Kyle Shanahan's offense, oh, good God, he's perfect.
I'm telling you, I think that's why they kept him. Wow.
That's why Kyle went after him in the first place. He fits like the glove for that offense. That's why I know he's going to be, man, if he's less himself.
Telling you. But here's what I'm hearing, not to change subject, but I'm hearing like Tevin Coleman may not make it.
Where'd you hear that? Because I want to go read that myself.
Just you hear it like Sports Illustrated or Grant Cohn, those guys like we're hearing it. Tevin Coleman may not make it. Think about it. The money that you could save by cutting him and then putting like Jeff Wilson in there, and letting him be that bruiser.
Because like you mentioned, because Jerick McKinnon's already had his contract restructured, so that's not a whole lot of money there. So you're right. He can do everything the TC can do, and you can put Jeff Wilson in there for for the north-south running. You know, you're right.
When you get a minute, look at his preseason last year. He was outstanding in preseason. If you guys probably forgot his preseason debut, but a couple of those games, he was remarkable. I think it was the Broncos game. I mean, he broke out for like, I think 60, 70 yards one time.
Wait,
one cut run. I mean,
You about
I'm talking about Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
In fact, that game that you're talking about, I said, how you go cut Jeff Wilson?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Jeff Wilson on the practice squad. This dude had I'm talking about remarkable preseason. But the thing that's concerning is I think they're going to meet the NFL and the PA and all stuff that they're meeting to see if they're going to even have a preseason game. So
today,
this is going to be a condensed time.
I didn't see any report. They did that earlier today.
Yeah, they met, and I think they said they're getting close to an agreement. I don't know if they're going to just do away with preseason altogether, but I'm saying that's one of the arguments I think that they're coming up to saying. Maybe not. So you shorten the time period. So even with the receiver room, who can catch on? Who can line up? Who can understand the playbook? That complicated playbook.
Dave,
who's going to be able to?
Yeah, but if they cut the preseason, they're going to be making blind cuts. They're going to have to make some assumptions. They're going to look at potential, and they're going to make cuts from there. So that means Travis Benjamin's out. The UDFAs. Yeah, no, really, because we already know our guys, what they're capable of doing, and we're not going to feel comfortable letting them go, and hopefully you work out. No, we can't take that risk. So this is going to be bad if they decide not to let them have any preseason.
And they could hide them on the practice squad, like we talked about. You know, they're going to have to, I think, one additional lineman. So they might get hide one or two. They might keep 7 or 8 receivers. They could keep 7 at least and have one hidden on the practice squad.
You got to keep your offensive lineman. You're right. Your defensive line can't be doing without. You know what? It's a hard call, Dave. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be really tough to make that call. Ooh.
It's hard. I'm just telling you, just feel good about the outcome because whoever makes it out, man, we're going to be just like, wow.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
But they can't have no preseason because in blind cuts, somebody's going to get cut that shouldn't have got cut. I just know it.
And we're going to watch it playing like, damn, that was dude, it was just loaded, man, but just hope these guys, since they're not going, they hadn't been through the OTA and the mini camp and all this stuff, and I just don't want them to go out there and blow their hamstrings and stuff, man, and get out there and hope they're in shape. Most of our guys are in shape, so I don't want them to go out there and get hurt, man.
They look like it, don't they?
Because if you get hurt, you get hurt in this preseason, in this camp, you're in trouble.
Because they give you no second chance.
You get hurt, you're out. Next man up, man.
If you're good, you get put on the IR, which they won't cut you then because you're on the IR. You're not a part of the roster. But, man, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, man. But it's exciting. Man, it's coming up, man. So I hope this California mess eases up. I know you guys are going through it out there.
Oh, man. And it was flattened out for a while. We were doing wild, and then the party got started. Boy, yeah. And then here we go. God, man.
Hope they can practice out there. They might have to practice somewhere else. It might be short notice that they have to go somewhere else and practice, man. So,
Nevada? What's up?
Yeah,
Nevada's on the border. Man. We'll find out.
Like I said, my prediction is Jeff Wilson might take over for Tevin Coleman. Well, we keep those guys and see one of those rooks or undrafted guys may make it and one may end up on the practice squad or something. But I think we can save a little money, pay Mostart.
That's another story. We're out of time. We're gonna be probably working on the Mostert story and everything else like that for a few weeks anyway. I'll see you later in the week. Okay.
Man. All right, my man. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Dave. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
And let's see if Will is ready. And Will.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Well, it's so funny because, the most talked about position group is going to be the wide receiver room this year because they're connected on so many things. And there's been some little interesting stories surrounding the wide receiver room. You look at Richie James, and how many weeks, Will, did we look up and say, Cal, put Richie in the game? And then you got Dante's little story with all of a sudden they ask him after the Tampa Bay game, Coach, are you aware of the fact that Dante only got 3 snaps? No. But I'll see to it that doesn't happen again. Coach, how in the world? You're Kyle Shanahan. That never happens with you. You know exactly who's on your team. You know exactly how you want to use them. If Dante didn't play, it was because you didn't want to let him play. So then you look at, that room and the stacked talent. Will, that's why when Mel called in Mel, I said, somebody's going to make the team just to be a return man. Because that team, there's going to be some cuts. Oh, there's going to be some cuts. We got too many dudes. But who would be kept just for his return abilities? What do you think, Mel?
Ooh, well, man, this is a good topic tonight.
Tough one,
man. Let me start with the obvious. I believe Debo. If Debo says he's gonna be back in week 1, I believe him because the dude doesn't have human blood. He has dog blood. He don't have human blood. So he's a dog. So I believe him. Ayuk is gonna be. He's gonna be put. He's a first rounder, so Kyle's gonna put him in. He fits perfect for his system. He's a great route runner, and he has the speed. And he's a yak man. And Kyle Shanahan like guys that can produce yak. Jalen Hurd and already proved himself to me before he got hurt in the preseason game when he first hopped on board with the 49ers. So I believe he's gonna have a good year. Hopefully he don't have any setbacks, but I believe Jalen Hurts gonna have a good year as well. Who else? Dante Pettis. Trent Taylor. I forgot about Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor looks good, Ronbo. I've seen his workout videos. That dude look like he never missed a step. The way he plants his foot and cuts and all this, it looks pretty. Like it looks immaculate. I mean, I like it. I mean, it looked like he didn't missed a step at all. I seen his workout tape. He looks good. And when Trent Taylor was on the field, he was Mr. Third Down. Yep. Whenever third down came up, Trent Taylor came through every single time.
Yep.
And that was one of Jimmy's favorite targets. So, yeah, I believe Trent Taylor's going to make this team. And hopefully he don't have any setbacks as well. But Juwan Jennings, I believe he is a yak man as well. He signed a 4-year deal, rookie deal with us. So, he's going to play. He's not going anywhere. Juwan Jennings is a dog. I've seen his highlight tape. This dude he is not easy to take down. I'm just going to put it like that. I believe this dude got dog blood too. I mean, we need to wait and see. But I'm predicting he got some dog blood in him because this dude, you can't. All the SEC teams he played against, man, them dudes couldn't take him down for nothing. I don't know if the defenders was tackling him real light or they were just scared to hit him or something, but the dude just wouldn't go down. So yes, I believe Juwan Jennings is gonna make this team. I believe Dante Pettis is not gonna get no. I don't think he's gonna get no playing time. I really don't. I think he's in the doghouse and ain't gonna get out of it. I really don't.
If that's true,
he has all the talent.
He's gonna get cut. If that's true, he's gonna get cut. Kyle does not have time to babysit Dante this year. He's either gonna show that he belongs on his team or not. This is year number 3, and that's it. You're not going to lose talent to let Dante continue to try out for 4 years. Right.
Because Dante we've been asking him day in and day out to produce on the field, and he done nothing. He hasn't done anything. I don't see no flashes. I don't see any flash. I only see one flash was.
Well, to be fair, he had 2 or 3 good. Yeah, and he did well against the Steelers. You got to be consistent.
The Cardinals game.
Yeah, you can't just have a game here and there.
Right. So, this is a perfect opportunity for him to see what he's got, but he's going to have to make it count. And if not, either Kyle is going to sit you on that bench for another season or you go. He's just going to have to show. He's going to have to show us. Point blank clear. Look, Richard James showed more flashes than Dante Pettis did.
Yep. Showed more heart.
The only problem. Yeah, the only problem with Richard James is on special teams, he needs to take more chances trying to return the football. Because sometimes he runs a little bit, do a little this, do a little that, he runs to the sideline. He runs to the other side of the field and runs to the sideline. You know what I'm saying? But he's a decent returner, but I just want him to take more chances. And he's good. And when he played wide receiver on the field, like the Washington game, the Arizona game,
he bailed
the first
us
game
out.
of the season, right. Richard James scored the first touchdown of the San Francisco 49ers season in Tampa Bay. He scored the first TD pass.
That long run down the sideline? Yeah. That's why I couldn't understand why Kyle wouldn't let him play. And then people start talking, you don't know the playbook. But really? I just can't wrap myself around that either. At this point, he still doesn't.
Every time Richard James stepped on that field, he did something. The Buccaneers game, we was down 16-0 at home against the Cardinals. He set the tone with that throwback pass to him to the sideline, ran for at least 30, 40 yards.
Momentum swung, exactly.
And in the Mud Bowl against the Washington, I don't know who, because they're getting their name changed.
Right, I'm good. Yeah, I remember that too.
He flashed in that game. So in the punt return against the Rams at home, I mean, he showed more flash than Dante Pettis. They both play. Yeah, they both play both positions, punt returner and wide receiver. And Richard James showed more flashes from both positions than Dante Pettis, because Dante Pettis can't do a damn thing to get his butt on the field. So, Dante, the time is ticking, man. Your window is about to close in a couple of months. Show us something. Show us something, boy. You fighting for your life, because if not, man, you're gonna end up playing for the MLB. You ain't gonna be playing in the NFL. So you need to step it up, brother. You need to step it up, man.
That would be funny.
Because Kyle not gonna play. Kyle gonna shoot it to you straight. Rich Sherman said that Kyle is a straight shooter. He tell you like it is. He don't sugarcoat nothing. He don't try to make you feel good. He gonna tell you exactly what it is, whether it hurts you or not. So
we're gonna go, and I tell you what, I'll be looking for you again later on in this week, probably toward the end of the week. All right.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, my player partner, Dre, Trey Triggs, Big Show Russo, all them guys, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey, Joe Sheep, Big Show, all them guys, man. Hey, man, Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. It won't be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so it'll be the San Francisco 49ers versus to be announced. All right, Ronbo.
Thanks, Will. See you later, fam. And the irony of the Super Bowl being in Tampa Bay the thing is, it was already scheduled to be in Tampa Bay, but it's interesting how this year the unofficial GOAT is in Tampa Bay quarterbacking. Isn't that amazing? The table's kind of set, huh? And they probably want to be there. I'm telling you right now, Tampa Bay gets taken down by Nolans. Let's see. Hey, Dion!
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D-man, it's like I was saying, man, it's fun. The wide receiver room is going to be fun stuff to talk about until the 53-man, was it 53 this year or 55? Until we get down to the final day of the cuts. That room is going to be the spotlight room, because we got a lot of position groups around the field, around the roster, but that wide receiver group is just ridiculous. And that's why I'm saying there may be a seventh man, but he's there because he has the ability to return and punts and kicks, and Kyle's probably using him, so he doesn't have to sacrifice any of his other players in that position. You know what? I said Travis Benjamin is too old to be on this team and taking any kid's spot, but then again, he's not too old to be my return man, so I can keep my kids from getting hurt. It's a mean thing to say, Dion, but it's football. But Dion, who's going to be that guy that gets kept that for various reasons other than being a regular part of the offensive flow?
It's just a very simple situation when it comes to all of this. The hard part for us right now is that because there may not be a preseason, that's going to be something that hurts us because we cannot evaluate the talent properly. We can't look at these UDFAs properly. We can't look at our rookies properly. So you literally have it down to a point where you got to figure out who you're actually just going to keep strictly based off of, nothing, just college tape, and that's it. And if you feel like that guy is well worth it, then you keep him. If you don't, then you don't. But it's going to be really hard. But I can tell you right now, as far as all of the wide receivers that we got on the squad, technically speaking, we got Debo, Dante, Travis Benjamin, Sean Poindexter, Chris Fink, Chris Thompson, KB, Richie James, Trent Taylor, Jalen Hurd, Brandon Ayuk, and Juwan Jennings. And I can tell you right now, out of all of those guys, because that is a lot of people, Debo Samuel, Kendrick Bourne, Trent Taylor, Jalen Hurd, Brandon Ayuk, and Juwan Jennings are the guys that I'm looking at that stay. I'm not necessarily
How many is that? I wasn't counting. Was that 5 or 6?
That's 6.
That sounds right to me, actually.
Yeah, just because the reason is because you have guys that are they're going to be there, but they're not going to take up spots like that. It's going to be a different situation where dudes don't come out like that, man. They're not going to be making it that big of a deal. These guys aren't, when you don't have the chance to evaluate talent the way you would like to, it doesn't help because you have no preseason. You have nobody that, allows you to be able to go ahead and say, okay, these are the guys that I'm going to take based on their performance. You can't because there isn't a way to really evaluate that kind of talent. So you want to, but are you going to be able to? No.
You can't run the risk, You cannot run the risk.
So you have to go ahead and just go with guys you feel are surefire to be able to take it and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to roll with this guy, and this guy because I feel like they have the talents to be able to submit what I want as far as an offense goes.
And I know what they're capable of. Yeah.
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 And
I feel bad for the guys, man.
We know what Trent Taylor is. We know Trent Taylor's Mr. Third Down. Now, since Trent Taylor's been gone, that's been KB's spot. KB's been Mr. Third Down. He's been coming in doing that. So does that reduce his role? That's basically what it is. You're looking at it from that kind of perspective, and you're trying to figure out, what are these people's roles on this squad, and how do I use them if I have to make sure that these guys are, going to be able to fit the mold of what I want. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think we'll still have to figure it out. I don't think that it's a big deal. I think that personally, you'll have guys like Trent Taylor. You'll have guys like, unfortunately, do I feel like Dante's going to stick around? Yeah, I mean, Shanahan doesn't want to let him. He just doesn't. I can see why he kept Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne's kind of like his kid. But Kendrick Bourne showed promise. Yeah, but, I mean, Dante, what promise has this dude shown? Nothing. He hasn't shown anything. He's shown that
he has his moments.
For 1 year, and he can run routes, and he's consistent with that, but he can't do anything else because he's too scared, and it just doesn't help. We need you to be consistent. We need you to take a hit. And people saying that they're going to put him on punt return duties because of what he did in college, if that man don't want to go across the middle, he sure as hell don't want to get himself rocked by somebody coming down.
Which that amazes me, D, because for a guy that does punt returns, you should be kind of fearless. I don't know what happened. I think, D, I got to tell you, I think he got stung in when he first came in 2018, and all of a sudden he had a reality check, like all of a sudden, damn, do I really want to do this?
Happened when somebody rocked his world, and he just was like, no. That can happen. I mean, I've seen it happen before. I tell you this, the number one hit that I remember was Reggie Bush getting welcome to the NFL when that man crawled off the field. His boy came around at the end and lit that boy up. Reggie was like, okay, they hitting like grown men out here.
Yes, and you have to make a decision right then and there. Is this what I want to do? Because that could happen again. So Dante, as he was stretched out, remember that year? He was stretched out on the field a couple of times too and didn't come back for 2 or 3 weeks. So, I think that's what kind of ruined him.
Oh, yeah, but he's at the end of the day, you got to know that this is football, and you have to take those lumps, and you got to take them joints on the chin, and you got to keep moving. I can tell you right now, man, if I played football with no pads, with no helmet, no nothing, with my boys at the park when I was younger.
Yep.
Street football. I'm talking about playing sideline pop, man. I still got a scar on my right wrist from that. So if I can do that, Dante, you surely can just go ahead and take a hit, bro. It's really not that big of a deal. You have on pads, you have on a helmet, you have all the gear necessary to protect yourself. Don't be a little girl about it. Just go in there and do what you got to do.
We're going to see, D, because I don't know. D, we're going to go. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to look for you toward the end of the week and see what develops here, because as we get closer to camp, it's going to get pretty dramatic here in a minute. I can see right now. All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo. Have yourself a good day, man. Appreciate the platform. Appreciate what you do. Everybody out there listening and watching, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Ronbo Sports is where it's at, baby.
Thanks, D. And Dion's got some content for you. Just did a special here just the other day. D, tell you what, man, click Dion Johnson. You'll know what I'm talking about. All right. All right, fam. Have a good night.
You have a good evening too, Ronbo.
Thanks, D.
Right,
yes. And I see it's Mills McEnroe. Well, that's a famous name. He spells it different way. Hey, Mills says, can I get a B-Day holla? The great send it to the Niner Mills. Much love. Mills, we can do that for another July, brother. Oh, see, we are a select group born in the summer, the heat, July. Hey, when does the cancer period end? It must be still here, because July 1st, it starts in the latter part of June, probably mid-July. I've never checked the checkout date. It's not a Mills, it's his birthday. Happy Nina's birthday. Nina Mills. Happy Nina's birthday to Nina Mills. Happy, about to win that number 6 Lombardi and dominate the NFC. Nina! Say something to see how long I could do that. I've got more. I could continue. I just think it ought to stop now because it's time. Birthday to Nina Mills. And there's John sitting there waiting. Ronbo anytime. John!
That was a good one, my man. That was good.
Thanks, John.
What's happening, my man?
John, it's funny because like I'm saying, that wide receiver room is going to be our fun thing to watch this year. We only got a few more weeks to watch it before the 49ers finally reduce it down to the guy. And then it's going to be like, for all of us who have decided who is worthy of being into such a Niners wide receiver room, it's going to be crazy that day because we say, I knew it! Or the guy's going to say, God, I can't believe they cut blah, blah, blah. So that time is coming. But that's why I've said there's going to be 6 to 7 guys, and there's going to be that one guy that made it because Kyle can use him as a return man and not have to spend the guys he keeps in his regular offensive flow. So I'm trying to figure out it's going to be the return of Richie James, who, by the way, as some people pointed out, Richie James came in on a number of occasions and did a great job for us and got us back in the game and was part of a momentum swing and things like that. But Kyle still, no, Richie, your job, you're a return man. I'll just step back out of the way and thank you. I feel sorry for him. You know what I mean? But anyway, John, what are your feeling on that? Who's going to be the guys in that room that are going to be doing that job?
Bravo, there's 12 dudes, and we're going to keep 6, 7 tops, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that return guy, Richie James has earned it.
Actually, true.
But can he keep it? I believe veteran Travis Benjamin has the upper hand because he's got 10 years on this guy.
Yeah.
But or better. I don't know how many years Travis Benjamin has in the league, but
he's got 9.
I don't know, Ronbo. I mean,
still,
I would hope that Richie James gets to keep it that way. I mean, we don't have too much change. I don't like a lot of change, my man. A lot of change is why we are where we are right now, and everybody's nervous and freaking out. So
true, so true.
I hope Richie keeps the return position, Ronbo. But if I had to pick six of my guys, unfortunately, holding on to Trent Taylor the way we knew Trent Taylor versus look how far we've come since we haven't had Trent. My man, you've been hurt and in an unfortunate circumstance. So, Chris Finke and Trent Taylor are the shortest guys out of 12 men, right? This Poindexter dude who's 6'5", along with Hurd. Matt, I don't know anything about Sean Poindexter, so I just don't know. I know he got injured early on. I would love to see 2 6'5" receivers, Ronbo, on the roster, just because we could use that height in the end zone. Because we don't exactly have those over the top plays in the end zone. We've always got those in the corner, low. Trent Taylor's excellent at catching the ball low at your ankles. Jesus.
Sometimes you got to have those. But you
absolutely have to have them.
You've got 3 guys like that. Not including because if you got Jalen Hurd, you got Juwan Jennings, and you got Kittle is as good as any wide receiver in the NFL, right? So we're not hurting for big guys.
No, not necessarily, not in that respect. Because now that you're using Kittle, I mean, you've got Kittle, so you may not need to have 7 receivers. You might only need to have 5 and tuck one away on the practice squad. You know what I mean?
Think of it. Yeah.
But I would hope to see my 5 or 6 would be Debo Bourne, Ayuk, Jalen Hurd, Juwan Jennings, and I don't know if Chris Finke makes the cut. I don't know if he'll be able to. If we're going to keep a guy in the slot, I'm afraid to say that Trent Taylor might not make it, Ronbo, this year as a 49er. I'm afraid that we might just move on from him. I don't want to, but there's a lot of talent here, Ronbo.
I agree. The thing is,
I really want to see what Juwan Jennings brings to the table. I wonder if he could be,
he could be really special. The thing is, him and Wes Welker, I think there's a relationship there. I wonder if Kyle would just go ahead and tell Wes, listen, Wes, I know you've done a lot of work and brought Trent along, but I'm looking at what I got here. I think he's going to have to be the odd man out. Now, Welker would understand it and all, but I wonder if Kyle would do that. That's why I kind of see him as
Trent
a shoe-in.
had such a phenomenal camp. He had such a phenomenal camp that he was he was the number 1 in camp, and now you drafted Brandon Ayuk. You could end up tucking Trent deep at the bottom of the roster, and he doesn't deserve to be there.
No, that's true. But you got Ayuk. I think Kyle's looking at Ayuk as a Dante Pettis replacement. He accidentally said the wrong thing. He says, "Yeah, Brandon does a lot of things that Dante can do." Well, why would you say, Kyle, what did that mean, Kyle? I think Brandon is a Dante. If anybody's out, it could possibly be Dante, because he's not.
Ronbo, I've never been on the Dante. I don't like to beat the guy down, but I gave up on this dude. I don't even bring him up in conversation. I don't even. I look at Dante and I think to myself, my man, you had chances on a phenomenal squad and you blew it. Good luck to you. I hope another team can utilize your skill set or bring the man out of you, but it isn't going to happen here. We are on a mission, and we don't have time to babysit and to you shit the bed and we're done with you. I mean, I feel like that's enough, But Dante Pettis, my man, good luck to you.
Yeah, not enough hunger, not enough rage.
No, I mean, dude, you are a 49er, man. We are a contender, and you're playing like this is some pickup game, dude. Like, no, you are not pulling your weight, dude, and we know it. I think they all know it, dude. Dante hasn't pulled his weight, so you just made it easy on us, my man. You've made it easy on us.
Yeah,
I know he was a spectacle at one point, Ronbo, but I don't see the transition here in the NFL.
Yeah, I know. I see.
I don't.
mean, the guy, he was a world beater while he was at Washington. he came in the first year, he looked like he was going to be something. In the second year, remember, we all thought he'd be a child of great expectation. He's going to come in, he's going to have a George Kittle-like year. No, he didn't.
Oh, quite the opposite. Dude wasn't even existent. And Richie James is putting it all out there. Brave, dude, and he wants it more. So, Richie James is our return man. I mean, that's our guy. And I feel as though he's earned it, unless this veteran, Travis Benjamin, pulls something out of his pocket, man, and he can, Richie never really made a mistake, Ronbo. I mean, he got under the ball, he caught the ball, he put us in a position. Now, if Travis Benjamin can get like 25 yards consistently after the catch, that would be excellent.
Gosh, it's so true. All that's true, John. John, we're going to get together tomorrow, actually. Let's go ahead and say goodnight right now and see you a little bit.
You got it, brother.
Kind of soon, actually. All right, John.
All right, my man. We'll see you soon,
I'll be in
Ronbo.
contact with you a
Appreciate
little
you,
bit.
my man.
Thanks, fam.
Okay, my man. Good night, brother.
John. Yeah, you know what? That's a very good argument for Richie James. There is, especially if they argue out and say we're not going to have any preseason, Richie James does sustain his position. You can't just, on trust of anybody else, give Richie's job to somebody else. Hey, here he comes. Oh, yeah. Hey, one of the founding members of TNT. He is Trez from Atlanta, GA. Trez, let me grab that, get that ready to go. he's coming in with Trey's. He's coming with Trey's music. That's not even a big Trey out. Trez is Trey over to your place?
Hey, Mr. Producer, he said Trey is not Trey. It's the difference between us, okay? You choose the wrong music and see, okay, it's my turn. All right, here we go. Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo, go to put some ring gold up in it.
Let me sprinkle it down there. Nice. Let me get like a chef. Hey, Trez. Now this is something that's really.
Ronbo. I had to get with our producer, man. He queued up my partner's music and telling me I don't know how he got the screw up, the confusion. But I'm gonna talk to him about that after this. Yeah, what's going on, Ronbo? First of all, shout out to you, Ronbo. You and the staff, tremendous job y'all do night in, night out. Shout out to my TNT family. No other group does it like we do it, Ronbo. They don't do it.
Yes, indeed. You guys
are
definitely
Ronbo,
special lot. I'm telling
longevity.
You, yes.
Longevity. You know what I'm saying? Consistency.
It's impressive.
Yes, sir. Let's get down to the business, Ronbo. Let's get down to the business. Okay. I've been listening for a few nights. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna start with the Raheem Mostert thing first. Okay. Look here. And the words of the late, great Bernie Mac, look here. Raheem Mostert, all you do is run the ball. You don't do nothing else. All you do. Who you think you is? Who you think you is, huh? You think you Emmitt Smith somebody? You think you Frank Gore? No. All you do is run the ball. That's all you do. Raise up. Raise on up. Raise on up. So look here, Ronbo. Yeah. He needs to go sit down. He has no bargaining power, first of all. None whatsoever. He just had a contract extension in 2019 that put him at $8.7 million. Okay. Him and his agent negotiated that extension, and we gave it. Okay. So in his tenure as an NFL player from 15 to currently 19, going into the 20 season, the man only has had 178 attempts with 1,069 yards on 20 receptions and 9 TDs. So, do we look like we some fools, Ronbo? We gonna pay a man that only in 2019 gave us 137 attempts, 772 yards, average 5.6 with 8 TDs and 14 receptions. I mean, man, you ain't bust 1,000 yards, bro. What are you talking about? You have no bargaining power.
Trez, that led the team.
I don't care, Ronbo. He didn't rush for 1,000. He didn't bring 1,000. Ronbo, You mean tell me? So if we had, let's say Kendrick had a breakout year.
Yeah.
All right. He got 998 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, we finna throw the bank at Kendrick? No, no. You have no bargaining power. You just signed an extension.
You do have lawyer-like skills. You know, had they given the ball to him a little more, I'm quite certain he would have broke 1,000. Quite a bit more, actually. But go ahead. I want to hear the rest of this. It's entertaining.
Well, you know what, Ronbo? He didn't get those attempts. Okay, so he didn't. He broke up. He broke up under that 772. You know, that's all it was. Okay, so no bargaining power. We need to move on from that. Raheem, show up, and be ready to play ball for the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, and
stop whining.
When it rolls back around. And stop the one on the right. You know, the one on the right. You know, you signed your extension, be a man. Play your contract out. All right, moving right along, Ronbo. All right, now, let's deal with this Trent thing. I'm hearing Trent's name brought up a little too much, Ronbo.
Taylor?
Trent ain't, like Bernie Mac, he ain't did nothing, Ronbo. He ain't did nothing. Trent didn't hurt. Y'all won't give up on these players for nothing in the world, Ronbo, when they need to go. You know what I'm saying? Because let me give you a perfect example. Now, I'm going to give you a bounce-back player. 1 year bounce-back with Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward stayed hurt, right? 2019, going into the 2019 season, into the 20 for the Super Bowl, we all had questions whether Jimmy was going to stay healthy or not throughout the season. Jimmy showed up, showed out. Okay, first time in a long time, Ronbo. First time in a long time. But now we stacked at the wide receiver position, Ronbo. Why would we need to keep Trent around? I mean, we got plenty of guys on the roster that's capable of doing what Trent gives us, man. It just don't make sense. You got to say goodbye to some of these players, Ronbo. Like you always said, we can't keep everybody. And Trent just not one of them guys. Look what we did without Trent. So what I'm saying, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, he won an impact for us, you know, to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, he was a cheerleader, you know.
Well, you know, we might have ran the ball a little less. You know, Trent Taylor was good at getting open on third down. He was pretty consistent at that, Trez.
But Kendrick, like the other calls said, Kendrick was too, Ron. But we had a lot of other players too. You know, Sanders, a lot of other players got open on third downs and made it happen. You know what I'm saying? And then too, the man been gone for so long, man. The chemistry ain't there. Him being in sync, possibility of no preseason. You don't have time to get that chemistry down, get that timing down. Being in sync with the quarterback, I just don't. We ain't got time for this trial and error to get back going. No. I'm out on Trent. I'm out on Trent, Ron. I really ain't. You know, so
and with that said, Trent, like I'm curious. Pick out your six. I want to know who are the six guys.
I got Debo, Brandon, Kendrick, Jalen, Richie, Jennings,
right?
Travis Benjamin.
Well, that's 7.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a formidable group.
Yeah.
I didn't hear Dante's name.
I think Dante will be. I think we'll get Dante dealt by the time the season starts. I think somebody will have an injury and they'll make a play. You know, we'll get a phone call for Dante Pettis. I think we will. So, you know,
they might be trying to shop him now, actually. So. Anyway.
Well, you gotta wait for everything to get going and then injuries occur. We might have an injury to occur that we didn't foresee that we might have to keep them.
We've already had a couple. But Richie and
right,
Debo. Oh my good.
Yeah, but these guys, they got the willpower to be back before time. You know, I just believe it. You know, the players and the way modern medicine is now, it ain't like it was. You know, a long time ago. Where
they could heal quick.
You know,
especially
guys heal a lot faster.
Yeah, and also it's not a knee. To me, everything else will be fine. Don't take a knee out. That's the only thing.
But I do see this right here. It wouldn't surprise me if Pettis be on this team, though. I'm gonna tell you why.
Me either.
It wouldn't surprise me because Kyle does not like to give up on his picks.
It makes him look bad.
He can't face the music. Yeah, he can't face the music, Ronbo. He just can't do it. I mean, when you look at CJ, what the hell is CJ still doing on this roster? Come on.
That blows everybody away. They can't afford to do that anymore. This is it. There's no roster space now. So yeah,
you know, it just don't make sense, Ronbo. So, you know, that's pretty much it for me in a nutshell. So I'm gonna say this, Jamal Adams thing, man. Look here, man. Get the man in here if we can afford it. If we can afford it, get him in here. Yeah. He's 10 times greater than what a Jimmy Ward even in his dreams think he could ever become.
Well, it wasn't going to be. It wasn't going to be Ward. It's Kowalski, your other favorite guy. That's probably going to be expendable. Kowalski. Ward's over the top.
Well, even if it's Kowalski, same thing. It applies. Even if it's his wildest dreams, he wouldn't beat him. So, yeah. It doesn't matter. Either one of them, Ronbo, it don't matter. But make it happen if we can.
Trez, you just don't like dudes from Bama. Tell the truth. Rod, it's Trez. He don't like y'all.
Hey, now, Ronbo, I'm an SEC man. I'm a Georgia Bulldog. I cannot go against the SEC. But I always told you, so what have you done for me lately thing, man? You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. But this man here, I know what he brings to the table.
And
you know what I'm saying? He's an SEC man himself. So, LSU, so
we got to get together again this weekend. We got to go now, though. All right, Jess, as usual, extremely entertaining.
He brought out trade music, man. Hey, I'm going to talk to you out there. I'm going to write him up, Ronbo. But anyway, all right, take care, Ronbo. We love you.
Thanks, man.
Take it easy.
Love you back. Have a good night, Trez.
All right.
Oh, gosh. Hey, Alex, come on in, man.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, Alex, man, we're sitting looking at the most complicated position on our staff regarding personnel. And I'm looking at who's going to be the punt and return man this year. And so I said, they're directly connected to the wide receiver room. What are they going to do?
Yeah. That's a good question, man. Wide receivers, it's tricky right now, especially with the Debo injury. Who's going to rise to the top,
Ooh.
I think the person with the most upside is Pettis. And I only say that because of his
pedigree,
his stats from college.
Yeah.
His stats from college, but that's college. It's obviously it's different from the NFL, especially from the Pac-12.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if Pettis were to kind of get in a groove and kind of find his way, it is through that return position. I think he has the ability to do that, but I think my safer bet, I would say, would be Ayuk, because I think Ayuk got that extra gear in him that I don't really see from any of our other receivers. Even James, I think Ayuk got that 4.3 speed where he can just break away and take off.
Yeah, once he gets out in front, the momentum. Oh yeah, that's the kind of runner that's gone. They'll never catch him from behind.
Right, and I think it can help Ayuk ease into the NFL too, and kind of get used to the NFL speed in the NFL game. So I guess if I had two names, it would be Pettis if he wants it, and he's got to want it. He's got to show that he wants it, or Ayuk. And I don't know. I guess Fink too. I think he could, make some noise. But I mean, it's good to be seen. It's difficult with no preseason, But I think Shanahan said that he knows he finds out more about players through training camp than preseason, right? Did he say that?
The work ethic. Shanahan takes notes on every little thing these guys do. And he's not doing that now, which is going to be interesting to see. How's he going to evaluate players unlike he normally does? So
right. But I think it sucks with COVID going on. We don't know about training camp. We don't know about we know about preseason. 2 games are cut. But I think because we kept our roster mostly together, that's going to be a huge benefit for us going into the season. Just having that continuity.
Right.
But yeah, man, wide receiver, it's tricky. It's like splitting hairs and guessing, and so who knows? But
and that's why it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
If you weren't on the roster last year or the year before, all the new guys, unless you're Brandon Ayuk, that's a scary position to be in, because you can't demonstrate your worth, not like you could have had you had a number of weeks to do so. We need to see your work ethic. We want to see how well you can comprehend the system and execute. There's so many things that they can't take a look at within a couple of weeks before the cuts. It's so unfair.
And the only known values that like the only values that we know, the only players that we know about really is Kendrick Bourne and Trent Taylor, kind of.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like a rookie. They haven't played, or they're like new to the team.
Right.
So I mean, we're really throwing darts on a board blind right now.
Yeah.
Especially with the Debo injury, like I said. It's going to be interesting, man. In my opinion, I think regarding just wide receiver specifically, not even just a return game, I think Hurd's going to be better than Debo. I think that he's going to get those reps.
That's saying something, Alex. That is a huge claim because Debo's already established himself. Yeah.
Right. Debo's the man for sure, but and we saw that last year because Hurd was injured and Debo got those reps and he was a high draft pick and all. But I don't know. I got a hunch about Hurd. I know we only saw him in one game, but I mean, he looked like a man amongst boys out there in that Cowboys game.
I agree. And once that train gets the ball going downfield with his speed, good luck with trying to bring him down. I see him being as fierce as George all day. Once those guys get rolling, you start to, if you're a defender, you have to make a business decision. You could risk your life running in front of those guys. You know, whoa, man.
That's facts, Ronbo. And he's a red zone threat too. Like that's the thing. Like he can high point it. He can take off. I mean, he's got that running back background, so he knows how to
drop a shoulder into a guy's face
in the open field.
I know.
I'm excited for him, Ronbo. I'm freaking giddy for that guy.
Damn. I was at that Dallas game. Dude was on everybody's top of everybody's list. Who is this? That's what Jalen Hurd's about? Good God, sign him up. And then, of course, we don't get to hear from him anymore for the rest of the season. That was so disappointing. So, yeah.
I know. I was bummed about that. But hopefully we get a season. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm keeping my eyes on Hurd the most in the wide receiver room, to be honest. Him and then I would say Trent Taylor, just because we saw what Trent Taylor did his rookie season. I think that he's a safety blanket for Jimmy. And he's good on those quick little routes in the middle of the field, like those little 3-yard steps.
And Alex, and to amplify on that is so important. What if we would have had him during the Kansas City game? Remember when Person was he was letting that dude through, I forget his name. Anyway, he was coming through.
Chris Jones?
Yeah, if Chris Jones was coming in on every shot toward the last few minutes of the game. What if Taylor was there with his quickness? Jimmy could just drop that ball over the top. Taylor runs right into it. That's what he does. You know, these are the things Taylor brings to the table that a lot of people aren't really considering. He's not getting cut. I'd bet big on that.
No.
So
I don't think so either. Because Shanahan, or I don't know, it was Shanahan, I forget. But I heard, I guess, multiple reports saying that Taylor was the best wide receiver on the field
last year before the season opened.
Last camp.
Yeah, and they haven't gotten over that.
He looks good, Ronbo. He looks big. He looks healthy. I'm hoping that he comes out and just dominates. Because I think he can.
We're gonna see, Alex. Alex, we got to go, and good stuff. I'll look forward to the end of the week, huh?
Hi, man. Have a good night, bro.
You too, Alex.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, we're assessing, and this is something we've come back to 3 or 4 times since the offseason started. But now, put a little spin on it, because in one of the most difficult wide receiver room tryouts of 49ers history, most likely, we are looking at guys that could maybe have another job, to save them a job on this 49ers roster, because there's a lot of guys that are just not going to make this room, Jay. And you can pick out your 6. And, Jay, while you're picking out your 6, tell me, who amongst them is going to be your return guy?
Well, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go Debo. I'm going to go with Kendrick. I'm going to go with Jalen. I'm going to put Trent Taylor on there. And that's 4 so far, right?
You haven't put the first round.
Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk and Jennings.
And Jennings. So that gets all your.
Yeah.
I guess both your wide receivers from the draft, which makes sense because the 49ers didn't draft him just to cut him. I got a feeling Jennings makes this team too. Because now,
yeah,
you just got rid of Travis Benjamin, you just got rid of Richie James, Poindexter's out. That's 8. I'm still missing a couple. I'm sure because that's only 7, 8, and 9. Who?
Dante.
Yeah.
Dante.
You left Dante out, and I think you did it on purpose, Jay.
Yeah, I think
he's our favorite whipping boy. Dante gets more whippings than Solomon T. And Solomon T was the go-to guy when you want to say something bad about somebody for all season. But Dante.
We've been talking about offense for a while, so that's the reason why. But Solomon Thomas is really, really up there.
Jay, one thing about Solomon, you can see he's trying really hard. He's doing the best he can.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes is being you got to show effort.
But
Dante don't show no effort.
You're right. You can't say the same about Dante. It looks like he's half-stepping most of the time. When all of a sudden he'll get a conniption will come over him. All of a sudden he'll just bust out. And can't nobody do nothing with him. The Rams don't want nothing more to do with Dante Pettis. The Cardinals could just as soon not see him. And the Steelers are still upset with what he did to them. He has his moments. That's why I know he can play if his mind was on it all the time. Yes.
He is talented. They wouldn't have drafted him so high if they didn't think he was going to be talented. He is a talent. You can't be talented and not play in the NFL. I don't care who it is. You cannot not be talented. He is talented, and he's just soft. And when you get into the NFL, you cannot be soft because that's going to weave you out of the league so fast. Because if you can't run in that middle and you get cracked and you going to go in the locker room and start pouting, why he hit me so hard, man, this is football. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wanted to, the guy I think the second caller before you got to me, he's right about Mostert too. I didn't get to talk about Mostert because the last time you had the conversation about that, I wanted to bring that up last night. But to be fair, dude, you splitting carries. You know what I'm saying? You were splitting carries through 3 running backs. If you fielded the way you did, he should have said that earlier before they traded Matt Breida. You know what I'm saying? So, I like Mostert.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe I didn't know Breida was getting traded, though.
You should have said something before they traded, you know what I'm saying, Matt Breida. They could have traded you and kept Matt Breida. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, true. And they would and the Vikings would have gave up. They would have gave up stuff for Mostert.
Yeah, exactly. Green Bay probably would have. How bad you got?
Green Bay would have gave a first-round pick. They don't want to see no more Mostert.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, who'll be on your team? But you check this out, Ronbo. Okay, Kyle Shanahan is Mike Shanahan's son. Everybody knows that. His running system, he can put anybody in that a running back there. He can take an undrafted free agent,
except Carlos,
put him back there and make him look like a Hall of Famer. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So if he wants to be traded, that's fine. We'll trade you on. Get somebody who wants to come here and play, and we could pay him less money, and he can be balling like that. Dude, you just came from 7 organizations. You know what I'm saying? You trying to make it 8? Seriously. I'm just saying, just seriously. You got to think where you just came from. You played in 7. You played with 6 different teams besides us. And now you crying that you want more money and you've been splitting carries. You splitting carries 3 backs.
But Jay, what we got to understand is, Mostert's he's going to be 28. and he really does need to get paid. So I'm figuring most of his agent probably says, "Listen, we got to go for the gold right now."
He got it, but he's got to do more, Rombo.
Well, no, I agree, but I'm just saying.
Do more.
I'm just trying to put it on his side of the court. I'm thinking what he's thinking.
I understand.
I'm trying to think what he's thinking.
You got to see both sides of the coin. I understand that, but to be honest with you, seriously, to be honest with you, if you was the organization and he was talking about he wanted to get paid more, you would want to see more, correct?
Oh yeah. In fact, he's premature, and I agree. He should have waited until this next year and then come in, because now you've shown big enough body of work to be making that call.
1,200 yards, he got 15 touchdowns.
But he was
able to kind of.
He was tough though, Jay. He handled Green Bay by himself. But that's Jay. We got to run into that story later. We got to go now because we're out of time. But I'll see you later in the week. Okay.
All right, Rombo. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, Phil. Sir. Appreciate you. Have a good night, Jay.
You too, brother. Good night.
Good night. Yes, indeed. And this just in.
Okay.
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate it, brother.
You got
My bad.
You'll get thanks.
It's because so I got a new laptop, so I'm just.
Okay, all right. Justin just picked up a new LT.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, and I got some. It's good, but then it's bad because I'm not taking the fall classes this semester, so it's.
You see, you're not doing this. What are you not doing this fall semester? Hey,
I'm not taking fall semester this year.
Yeah, well, you know what? A lot of people might not be, unless you're going to do virtual. It's gotten pretty crazy.
Oh, no.
My God.
Yeah, because, we're back at phase 1 now. I
know.
The governor, he's like
I knew he was going to do it. Yeah, people have been pissing Gavin. They've been pissing him off because he's already asked people how to behave in public and that thing like that. And people, at least we haven't had any of those kind of kids. Well, we're going to go hang around guys that got COVID just to show we can survive. What? Lock your little young butt up. How about that? And y'all can have a party from there.
I want to personally apologize to everyone. That is my generation. My generation is stupid. Okay, my generation is stupid. That is my generation. I took full accountability. That is my generation, and I am fully ashamed of them. Okay, that is my generation. Boy. They're stupid. Stupid.
Good God. And well, know what? They should have never. You guys should have never been told in the first place that you are not susceptible to this condition. The only problem you need to worry about is you could be asymptomatic and give it to your relatives. Don't tell people that. Just make everybody stay on the same page. Anyway, Justin, let's not get into COVID. Yeah. It's a really irritating subject.
Okay. Yeah.
What about the 49ers wide receiver room?
So I got 6. I already made. So I did this a while ago. Like it's kind of been iffy for me. So I got my first receiver is gonna be DBO. This is in order. On
did you call him DBO?
I got DBO.
I kind of like that name for him instead of Debo. DBO.
DBO.
DB for offense. DBO.
I got DBO for number 1 receiver. I got Kendrick Bourne for 2nd receiver. I got Ayuk for 3rd receiver, and I got Trent Taylor for the 4th. I got 5th for Jalen Hurd. I got 6th Juwan Jennings, and the 7th I got Pettis or James or Benjamin. But here's the trick: if Benjamin gets cut, we save that.
I
but
like what you did there.
James gets cut.
That 7th spot, and there probably will be one, is going to be decided and determined between about 4 guys, and Dante's one of them. I like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we cut Pettis. We cut Pettis or James. One of them are going to be picked up by another team. I'm not sure which team, but I'm pretty sure one of these 3 people who are not going to make it are going to be picked up by a team. They might be picked up because our receiver the Packers need a receiver, the Patriots need a receiver,
the Jets,
Eagles they need a receiver, the Jags need a receiver, the Jets need a receiver. So it's like one of the receivers, they're going to get picked up by a different team. So, it's like, who is going to who out of the three is going to make sure they stay on the 49ers team, because we're locked and loaded. So it's up to them. It's up to Dante. It's up to Travis. It's up to Richie. And I love Richie. I've been a proponent of Richie being on this team, but Richie has to earn it. He has to earn it. He really does. So,
Richie.
And then for our running backs, I got Wilson. I got Morstead, or Hasty.
You're having a lot of problems with names tonight,
or Devontae Freeman. And here's the reason why. Devontae Freeman played with Kyle Shanahan during that Super Bowl run and his last Super Bowl run, Atlanta. So Devontae Freeman is a free agent right now. So if we trade Morstead, we can pick up Freeman. Freeman has experience, and he's familiar with Kyle Shanahan, and is familiar with how he plays his running back. Because remember, we had in Atlanta, he had Coleman, he had Freeman, then he had the other guy. I forget his name. I really do. What's his name?
They had a third running back?
Bibbs. The Kapari Bibbs or something like that. He was a former running back from Denver.
Jabari. Yeah. Was he on that team?
I think so. And then and then our last, and then the Tevin Coleman, and then Jeff McKinnon, of course. So that is. But the receiving core and the running back core is open for grabs, to be honest. And whether Morstead gets traded or not, you still have options and picking up Freeman, because Freeman is a power back. And yes, I understand that, we haven't had a power back since Frank Gore. It's kind of iffy to hit, running backs like Frank Gore, like where he was drafted by the 49ers, and for them to stay like that, for them to be like continuously good for all the years. It's really hard to find running backs like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the 49ers are going to find a running back like that.
But they don't. Do we really need to find a running back? Jeffrey Wilson Jr. We got a couple of UDFAs. You don't need to go out and find another running back unless you're just talking about experience. Otherwise, McKinnon and if they want to keep TC, will be fine. Jeffrey Wilson for your smash mouth running back. Really, I don't think the 49ers really are going to be getting Devontae. Devontae's going to command a lot of money, probably, because he's been around for a while.
I see in the comments a lot of people are talking about Leonard Fournette. And I know you wanted him. I remember 2017 you wanted Fournette.
Yeah, I did.
I remember.
What year was that?
I remember.
What year was that? 2017.
2017.
Yeah. Is he the Fournette?
Here's the thing with Fournette. He has attitude problems. And,
he's demonstrated that.
So here's the issue with that. We have a good locker room ready. It took us years to get a good locker room, and we've had a bad seasons after seasons. After losing Joe Staley, who was a centerpiece of that locker room, we cannot afford to bring a person like that into our locker room. That is why I'm against bringing Antonio Brown. That is why I'm against bringing what's his name, that receiver from the Patriots and Seahawks, Josh Gordon. I'm against bringing him in, and I'm really against bringing Fournette in. You cannot. We have a good locker room ready. It's taken us years to build that locker room. Why would you bring in this dysfunctional player into the locker room? That makes no sense.
No, Fournette's not coming. If Fournette doesn't fit the mold anyway, 49ers don't want high-priced running backs. They can get a running back for a lot less money. They're probably more even talented than Fournette for what they want to do. Our offense is kind of special in as much as you got to learn how to be able to run run the maze after the offensive line does their thing. Devontae runs a 4.52. He's interesting running back. He weighs 208 though, so only 5'8".
Yeah, the thing with him is that he wants more incentives and more money, and the most money he's gotten offered is around $6 million contract, and he wants $8 million.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Justin, we got to go, and we're going to see you. And Justin, continue to make sure that your generation knows to take this virus seriously. Otherwise, we're going to be on lockdown for the rest of our natural lives. So anyway,
I'm trying.
I know you are. I see you.
My cousin, my family's like, oh, I don't want to rest. I'm like, you better wear your damn nuts, man. Because I'm tired of freaking being in quarantine, man. Tired. I'm tired of just going to work and going home doing nothing.
Well,
all right, man. Stay safe. Wear your mask, everybody.
You too. All right, Justin. Talk to you later. Oh, God. It's got to end sometime. Besides, they're going to come up with a vaccine soon. I can feel it. Please. Oh. Hey, Clarence, Molina, thanks, fam. It says Dante needs production, not moments to stay on this team. Mostert needs to shut up and play. If you want to be on this team this year, you better show out. Really, it's this is not the time to complain about your salary. Even you look at George Kittle. George isn't making a whole lot of noise about it. His agent is saying things, but he's pretty much calmed that down. Trent Williams is like the special guy amongst the group. Trent says, fine. Let's just play ball, man. Next year, fine. Ellis!
What's up, Ronbo?
Ellis, man, we're back. We're back to looking at that wide receiver room in connection with who's going to be your punt return guys. And everybody's, you know what? I think mostly, maybe 7 out of 10 are all in agreement as to who the first 6 are going to be. And then it's that 7th guy. But Ellis, who do you have in mind who's the best candidate to be that dude that makes a team for his punt return abilities and kick?
Man, you saying out of the 3? I seen the cover page. We had Trent.
Trent Taylor's on there, and Dante
and Richie. So we saying out of them 3 or?
No, hey, it could be anybody because Ayuk has the ability, and we're not. And Travis Benjamin, there's a lot of people who have a lot of faith in Travis Benjamin, but I don't think the 49ers are going to cut a kid to keep him. I could be wrong, but I don't see that. So.
Yeah. No, that doesn't seem to be likely. Maybe him and Poindexter end up not making the team, and then they end up keeping the remains. I don't know, man. It just kind of depends. But as far as the return guy, I like Brandon Ayuk. I seen they had, there was some stuff with Travis Benjamin. I guess he was doing that a little bit too, right? So he has some experience, and he's got the quickness. I guess it just depends on him holding on to the ball and being consistent, maybe with that.
Hey, Ellis,
I guess
about
that was supposedly a problem.
Yeah, right. Have you seen? I've never watched Benjamin any length of time. Does he have problems holding on to the ball?
Well, when I recall seeing him, he looked like he was, decent. I didn't see him do anything explosive in any games against us, but I remember his name, and I thought he was always, from what I, had recollected, he was a talented receiver. But I've never seen him personally fumble the ball. I saw some highlights of him, and he looked like he moves really well, and he's really, quick. I see why, Kyle likes him, and he's trying to give him a shot. Yeah, Kyle likes to give him a shot because he's coached before.
Yeah, he played with Kyle a few years ago. I think it was in Cleveland. So
it's Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Brandon Ayuk though on the return, he'll be doing that, and then also getting some snaps in there, in and out with Debo, and he'll be in the offense. So I think he's going to be all around, kind of like a utility type player, and he's going to have an opportunity to make some. To get some cameras flashing, especially with that kickoff and punt return, stuff, seeing him cutting in between guys, and, it's a visual thing, you have to really have a vision in order to be really good or well-versed on the return game, man. So, shout out to those guys, and having that vision, because it's real. It's very necessary, or you'll be looking like Richie. Which unfortunately, he was
scared,
always...
Or scared like Dante. They hit me so hard. My ears are still ringing. Dante, be a man. This is not a game.
My spirit. I'm trying to get my spirit back. I'm waiting for my spirit to come back.
Hit me so hard.
Left me.
I seen it floating away. I tried to grab him. I couldn't get him.
Jesus, Ghostbusters.
Dante, this is not his game, Ellis. I'm really worried about that. He's got the talent, but he doesn't have the grit and type of thing you need to be a football player. You're going to get hit. That's what this game's all about. Hand some out.
Some people like the hit, man. Some people like the hits. I used to like, even at playing QB, I was aggressive because I started playing running back in linebacker my freshman year. You know what I mean? And then after that, it just went up from there. So naturally, that aggression and being able to take hits, you know, when I'd run the ball, I'd be looking for contact. I'd be trying to lay out the running back, lay out the safety. I mean, the linebacker and the safety, or, you know, just whoever. I'm trying to hit you. You know what I mean? But coach used to get mad.
You felt like you could deal with him, right? You coming at him, drop a shoulder. Who gonna win this? Y'all, you ain't hitting me. Bam! You know who go? And you and even if it hurt, you walk away like, boy, you got to bring better than that. You know?
Oh yeah, man. I treat it like the bull rush, man. If you about 6'3", 6'4", and 250, 60 and up, running fast, I'm gonna treat you just like a bull rush. Go on ahead, man. Toro, motherfucker, Toro. But no.
Football is really a sick game.
I really like what Trent Taylor I think is going to come back and do. I see him doing some footwork in his drills, and I mean, you know, it doesn't look like he's missed a step. It looks like he was just playing with us last season, and he's, you know, just is coming off an explosive season, even though he was not present whatsoever. So, you know, that could be really good if we get him, you know, at full strength this season, and we're able to match him with George and the other acquisitions, the new acquisitions, and on top of Debo. You know, imagine him and Debo being their full season, you know, and being able to cycle those guys in and out. And
you're talking about Debo and Brandon?
Brandon and then Trent as well being a part of the offense. Trent being a part of the offense, and then you know, just getting a little sprinkle of Jalen Hurd. I mean, there's just we're unmatched at that point,
really
man. So
that is a versatile offensive room. They've got a little bit of everything: speed, size, power. Everything's in that room. I mean, wow.
It's impressive. I'm being. I really I'm a double down. We have the most depth and the best, receiving core, and just overall team wise, I think we have the most depth still. Even at this point, you know what I mean? We haven't been talking about Julian Taylor. We haven't been talking about DeMontre. We haven't been talking about any of those other guys. And I know that the chances are slim, you know, depending on with the contracts and, you know, with camp and everything, making the team. But, you know, we came off a really nice season with a strong set of guys, man. And, you know, the depth is unmatched. And we're going to see that materialize again.
No doubt about that defense. I mean? Oh, that wall.
Oh, my God.
Ellis, we got to go. I'm going to see you later on in the week. All right?
Yeah, fam. Lastly, what do you think about that Jamal Adams, though? What are you thinking? I keep hearing him talking about it.
Were you in for yesterday?
Grant Cohen will not stop talking about it. He's doing like 3 videos a day talking about Jamal Adams.
No, I don't.
Like, what the hell does he know that we don't?
No, I don't. He wants them. A lot of Adams has got a lot of fans. Can't see it, though. But you never know. It's awfully quiet in Santa Clara on that subject. All right, fam.
Yeah.
We get back into it some more this week.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, indeed, champ. Shout out to you as always, Ronbo. Thank you, family. Make sure y'all download the Ronbo Sports app, man. Hit the like, subscribe. You know, the usual. Let's run those numbers up and be safe. Y'all are out there, and you know, to the top we go.
Here we go. All right. Thanks,
Peace
Ellis.
out, champ. One.
Night, fam. And there he is. He is the Iron Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Sheik, as we're going on the wide receiver room, and some of those guys have to go. So I said, all right, since we're looking at special teams today, there's going to be one guy like Richie James last year. Although Dion corrected me on that, somebody else did too. Richie James knows Mel. Richie also proved himself in preseason. He deserved to be on the team because a lot of us, and Sheik, I think you're one of them, along with me and a whole bunch of others, we had actually cut Richie James coming into the 2019 season because we looked pretty tough as far as wide receivers went, and we figured Richie might be the odd man out. Richie made the team to make us all look bad. And now this year, here we go again with Richie. And Richie's probably saying, y'all gonna hate on me, man. You know, so you know, it's going to be this year. But this year's going to be a lot of guys getting cut. We can't keep all those guys. So, you know, but who's the return guys?
Right. Well, actually, 2019, I thought he's going to come back in the team. So I thought he's going to make the cut. So actually, I was on the other side.
Okay. So you did think he was going to make it. All right.
Yeah. Because it was a special team, and I think our special team coach was really interested in having that. But, you know, he did have some good games, maybe one or two. But I got a little disappointed because he didn't show his just gut feeling and going at it. So I think the competition, we got to figure that out. I know what's his name, DJ Reed might be a possibility there.
Yeah, but he tore his pec. When is he going to make it back?
Yeah, that's my issue with it. That's
but he was one of the
we don't
best.
have a lot of depth in that position, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, we actually do. That's what's so funny. When you start with Dante Pettis, one of the NC2A's best of all time, actually Ayuk was very good last year. Trent Taylor is still a return man as well. That's three guys. And then, of course, Reed's not going to make it, but he was the best. I think Reed was one of them. Was Dante punt champ or kick return? But anyway, we got all kinds of guys on that roster that can do that, Most could probably do it too.
I don't understand why they didn't give it an opportunity, Ronbo. It's like on Dante Pettis. If he's that guy in college, they should have given him the opportunity on there, but they didn't.
Didn't they?
Kyle wanted
I
a
thought
certain
he
way.
kept
He wanted
dropping the ball or something.
Yeah. And I'm done with Dante Pettis, Ronbo. I am officially done. Like, it's like we've been saying for 2 years, the fan base, go hit the gym, and he's still skinny. I'm like, what are you doing?
They told him before they left last season, Dante, put on some size. Please, man, put on some size.
Yeah.
Because then he wouldn't be so scared to get hit if he had some size to combat them shots. You can't be skinny in the NFL. Not that thin.
No, it's fragile. You're not gonna last, unfortunately. But we gotta figure it out on the special, because obviously special teams is really key in the game, because you want that advantage.
Yeah, field position is everything.
Yeah, it is. Punt, kick, all that stuff. So I don't know. The thing is about, damn, it is really hard. Can Travis Benjamin do a punt return, kick return? He's fast. He's like a good one type of speed.
He's got 9 years of experience. Travis is liable to win that spot just for that reason. He could be the seventh guy. He really could.
Yeah.
Can't count him out.
Opportunity. Just getting him out there.
And he knows Kyle's offense. So, man, he's probably the guy, Sheik. I just didn't see cutting anybody to keep him, but they might have to, especially if it's Dante Pettis.
Well, yeah. So my 7 right now, Ronbo, is Dante Pettis. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Hurd, Kendrick Bourne. 5 is Trent Taylor. I'm nervous about this injury, but I'm going to be hesitant with him.
He's healthy right now.
He's healthy. He looked good. He looked good with, I think it was Kittle. They're working out with each other.
Yeah,
his route's really nice and all that.
Yeah.
And 6 is Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
And then 7, if we have a 7 in the practice squad, maybe, not practice squad, but like on the active, maybe Travis Benjamin. Maybe we could swap him out a little bit. But I think they're going to keep 6, unfortunately.
You keep Travis Benjamin as the 7th guy. You put Finke on the practice squad.
Yeah.
Who else?
And you see, like Richie James, you just put him like in the IR, maybe.
Oh, I forgot about
give
Richie.
Him like a couple games.
Well,
Yep.
I don't know what to do with Richie, man. Can't put him on the practice squad anymore. I don't think he's eligible for the practice squad now.
No, he's gone.
So you put Poindexter on the practice squad?
Yeah, you could do Poindexter.
Yeah, but he could go on the practice squad. Give him a little more time, see if he's got anything to offer. You know what?
Right.
Sheik, the only question mark is Dante Pettis.
He's gone, man. I think we should trade him.
Either you make him 7 or get rid of him or shop him. A second-round pick, you got to get something for him. Somebody's going to give you a 4th or 5th-round pick, right?
Jets, they need wide receivers.
They do.
Just put him in the package, because they just have Denzel Mims and the other guy, I think it was Perriman. I forgot the wide receiver they picked up.
Yeah.
They're not really deep in there.
I just started sending highlight reels of Dante all over every CEO and every general manager's office. Look, this is Dante Pettis. And if you're interested, give us a call.
Right. Hey, let me just say this though. Like, we're not the Rams. They're broken up. They're depleted. we're just thinking about 6 stringers and 7 strings. You understand that, Rams?
Yeah.
You guys got cut all those guys, and this Ram fan, I know his name is like Bang Bang, Santa Clara, whatever.
That's Rudy.
That's Rudy?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is
Rudy?
now.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Is that Rudy right there?
Unfortunately, yes, we can hear you.
Rudy.
Hey, hold on.
Rudy, you've been ghosting. What happened last season?
Rudy has returned
you've been
to
gone.
the Ronbo show.
Oh.
Okay, so now let's.
Why
let's
are you
say what
returning? That's the question.
Let's say. Let me school you now. So you're right. You are right. I agree with you. I agree with you both. You guys are not the Rams because let's look at the wins the last 3
We don't
years.
need to be the Rams. We don't need
Hold
to be
on,
the
hold
Rams.
on. 23 and 25 is you guys' record for the last 3 years, including last year's fluke season. The Rams are 33 and 15, right? The Seahawks are 30 and 18. Now, back to your boy Garoppolo. He had a 2.8 rating in the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter, 3 for 11, 36 yards, an INT, and a fourth down pick. Plus, he missed that long bomb. So,
okay, and what's his record though? 23-5, right? He's
yeah, he's a hell of a regular season quarterback.
In 2017,
he's a hell of a regular
he beat
season quarterback.
the number
I'll give you
1
that.
and number 2 defense, Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. So don't keep me.
Yeah,
We had
you
a
guys
trash
carried them.
team that time.
In the
And they beat
playoffs,
him.
your defense carried the guy. In the playoffs, the 2 games
In
you guys won before the
2017,
Super
we didn't
Bowl,
have
he had
defense.
200
We had
yards.
Solomon Thomas on our team.
200
That's
yards
not a defense.
passing in 2 games combined. 200 yards passing. That's pathetic. That's pathetic.
No.
And they carried
Actually,
him.
he had a lot of guys. Like if you watch the Ram game that you've been watching, he did a really nice game. And the New Orleans
He made
game.
some good throws
One of
in
the
that.
top
But guess
teams
what?
in the NFL, Rudy.
He made some good throws in that game, and we were depleted, and we still almost won that game. We
You're
should have won that game.
depleted.
But that's
How
okay.
you saying
That was a
depleted?
down year. That was a
How's
down
that
year.
depleted?
If we have a
Gurley
break or two,
was
we should
playing
go
the first
10-6.
game. What do you mean depleted? You had Corey Littleton. You had Fowler. You had Donald. You had Ramsey. What do you mean depleted in your defense?
Our
What do
offensive
you
line was
think?
depleted, so we got out to a slow start. But that's
And,
okay.
and
That
that's
was
your
last year.
team's fault because they
That's
give up
last
2
year.
first-round picks for Ramsey. That's your team's fault.
And that's
your
good. You guys
organization.
have an old Sherman. You guys have an old Sherman who got
Hey,
toasted in the
Sherman,
Super Bowl.
he's a
He got
top rated in
toasted.
2010. He's still from this day number 1. What else you
How
want
good was he in the
fact
Super
check?
Bowl?
I'll keep
How
on
good was he in the
giving you
Super Bowl?
fact check.
How good was he in the Super
How many?
Bowl?
He's 1 and 2. What
Who
is
would
it?
you rather have?
How many LA Rams
Who would
have
you
a
rather
Super
have,
Bowl?
Ramsey or Sherman right
Absolutely
now?
0. What else you
Ramsey or
want? Fact
Sherman right
check.
now? Ask the people in the chat. Ramsey or
Obviously
Sherman, right
Sherman.
now? Who would you want?
Sherman's a better
Yeah.
leader, and
That's
he's not
why
a
you would
diva.
lose to me every time.
Sherman
whether
is a
it's
better
fantasy
leader,
football or
Guys.
just
and
talking to me
he's
now.
fact
Guys,
checked number
That's
1
why
in
you
2010.
That's
got-
why you took me
What
out
else
that
you
night
want,
of
Rudy?
Smack Talk thing because I was making you guys look stupid.
What?
Now look,
Okay.
you want an old
Ram,
Sherman,
you're
you don't want a
depleted
Ramsey.
just like you're depleted the delusional thoughts that you're having.
But anyway, you're
Rudy,
right. You're not
Rudy,
the Rams. You never
Rudy,
will be the Rams. You guys
well,
are weak
good.
on offensive
This is what we
line. You guys
hope.
are weak
We
in the
hope
wide
not to
receiver
be.
position.
Rudy, you're projected to be
We
the
slapped
last.
your ass.
You're the last team
I'm sorry,
in the
Ronbo. I
West.
just had to call and school him.
Well,
I just had
you
to call and
didn't.
school him.
Well, you
I can't hear it
failed.
no more. And
Rudy,
wait, hold on, Ronbo.
you
Hold
guys
on,
are
Ronbo, just real
projected
quick, please.
last
I just
in
wanna-
the
I just
NFC
wanna-
West. Dead last.
We'll see. We'll see, Ромbo. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Well,
I just want
There's
to
no
say
we'll
this.
Unless you
see,
get a new
man. You
quarterback.
have no Gurley. There's no
We'll
Cook.
see. We're loaded on both sides of the ball. We're better than
What do you
guys
mean
on
loaded?
paper on both sides.
You have
You're better than
Akers
what?
that he's a second round. What do you mean? What do you mean you guys are doing?
Who's your receiver? Your receiver core? Who do you got?
Who do
You
you
got
got?
Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and the
They're
Jalen
both-
Hurts, a
both of your
high-rising
best
player. And then
receivers
Kendrick
are
Bourne
gone.
at 3rd and 16 that beat your team
Hey,
on the
Rudy,
second game. What else
wait,
do you
Yeah,
want?
he's hurt with the foot.
Rudy, who's your wide receivers? Who?
Woods. We just picked up Van Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. You know about Cooper Kupp. We got Woods. We got Reynolds. We're good. We're
Rudy,
good.
that's
we got
not
Higbee,
that's
we
not
got Everett on tight
that's
end.
not scaring anybody, Rudy. Okay, Rudy, we gotta go.
That's
Well,
not scaring
you know what?
nobody, man.
Well, hey,
Robert,
hey,
you know darn well you'd rather have our wide receiver core than yours.
No, I'd
no,
rather have
I think
Debo
you're
Samuel. He
you're
does everything
painfully
for me,
mistaken.
man.
I like
Come on,
my
man,
wide
you know
receivers.
He's
I'll
not a
put
wide receiver.
Debo up
That's what
against
Debo Samuel could do
anybody
more
you
than
got.
He left you guys.
Get
He didn't
out of
wanna
here
be
with
there.
that, Rudy. You are on drugs. If you think I
But
do
Rombo,
that,
let me say
delusional.
one last
I
thing.
got two
Let me
receivers.
give a shout out, Rombo.
No,
Let me give
I'm
a
not
quick
giving you a
shout out to my boy Roberto. Let me give a quick shout out to my 49er brother Roberto. And man. You guys, peace out. I gotta get in on you guys a little bit. We're rivals, but peace out to you guys. Everyone, stay safe, and you guys have a good night. All right, late.
You too.
Thank you,
and
Ronbo.
don't ghost, man, like you've been doing. We swept your ass. Your sorry-ass Rams. Same old sorry-ass Rams. Goodbye.
He thinks he's got a better wide receiving. I don't. Wow, how?
That's insane, Ronbo. Debo Samuel could do way more than those wide receivers. He could run.
Kendrick Bourne can keep up with Cooper Kupp too. That was just a mistake that Cooper Kupp got all the passes in Washington. You know what? We gotta go. Shane.
I can't wait for the season, Ronbo. I can't wait. But it's good to chatting with you. And faithful, hit that like for Ronbo Sports. We're 5-time Super Bowl champions, NFC West champions, NFC Conference champion, and the same old sorry-ass Rams. 0 rings in L.A. Shout out to Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, Sheik. And way to fight the good fight. You held Rudy off. It was like parlay for a second, and then Sheik all of a sudden stuck him. Bang. Hey, Sheik, see you later in the week.
Knockout.
Oh, God. And what would the chat be? Since Texas Boy hasn't came in to be abused lately, I guess Rudy will do until Texas Boy returns. Texas Boy, if I had to, Texas Boy could be the most hated. Raider fans, we've had a few of those, but Texas Boy draws instant rage. Now Rudy's taking over the slack. I'm going to see it later on in the week, fam. Have a great night. Hey, B-Ham. I was B-Ham. What's up, fam? B-Ham, Mr. 205. Thanks, fam. It's the B-Ham says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Richie, kick return, punt return. And B-Ham, you know what? You're probably, they've got no time to look at anybody else. Richie probably is going to be it. Travis Benjamin, Kyle knows him, but I don't know if he's going to get rid of a young Richie James to bring Travis Benjamin in. And Big Show says, Rams are broke and on hard knocks this year, 4-12. Rudy's got a lot of nerve, though. He's running smack on a Rams team that just lost everybody, and they actually owe players money, have left, and they're calling back to L.A. every day. Ask, where's my money? And Justin says, I'm dying, LMAO. People come to bother us. I notice there's no Green Bay Packer fans in there. See, some people got good sense. Don't mess with a sleeping bear. The Rams are going to get their butt handed to them again this year, and there's Rudy busted in the conversation with remarks like that. Boy, that boy's got nerve. Ooh, hey, fam, that like, please, I won't. I'll see you later on in the week. Niners!